All right. Hey, what is up, everybody? And welcome to FNL Live. Everybody it is Doc and got Monique on the other end as well, everybody.
All right, all right, all right. Hey, my loves. How's everybody doing out there tonight?
Yes, everybody. So I was trying to do some real, tricky stuff with the intro and stuff. And apparently it's not quite working right now. Um, yeah, that's just not, that'll be for next week's show, everybody, with the intro and whatnot. But, I had a little Black Friday special to take away from a little coinage from Monique's pockets real quick. But hopefully you all had a great.
I did bullshit this earlier, Reggie. I was going to say, I see you, Jay. You are taking away from my pockets. Hold that hand down again. I see you got to do.
Shout out to my bootleggers, sis Elo for the hair. It's been maintaining for the past week, so
it cost a pretty penny. That's that hair. Coconut oil look like it's laid and it's got real nice.
No, I've been actually using tea tree oil.
I can't fuck with that. You know that shit had me fucked up last year.
I know. I had to get the beauty supply store version of it. But thank you all for watching us. We took a little break off for a week. Yeah, it's been a week. Well, 2 weeks almost.
Yeah.
Since we last done the show, everybody. But we had to take a little break though. It was family time. It was Thanksgiving, and y'all had to spend time with your family too. And I didn't really do much Black Friday shopping this year. I wasn't that impressed with any of the sales. I wasn't too pressed to trip any old ladies over or anything like that. And I did most of my shopping online because Target and Best Buy had where you could do shopping online. So I did most of that on Black Friday, well on Thursday, Black Thursday, Turkey Day, if you will. And then also I think I did I think we went to JCPenney. I think it was just JCPenney the next day because they had a $10 coupon, like free stuff. So used that coupon to my advantage. And that was mostly it, but I wasn't too impressed with any of these sales this year. So my money stayed right in my pocket and did not spend on much of anything this year. But
the last show you talked about being a cheerful giver and you love the holiday season because it's a time for you to give to everybody else, but yet you're once again bragging about how you kept your money in your pocket.
No. So I did
I guess so when we getting our hair done every week. I guess we have to keep our coins in our pocket.
Look, as I explained to my coworker,
Y'all style to me.
As I explained to my coworker Jaleesa earlier, I only only break my hair on special occasions. If it's a holiday, if I'm on vacation, or if it's my birthday. I can count on my hand how many times I actually had my hair done this year because of my schedule.
Well, Reggie, I can count at least 6 or 7 times I caught you posting pictures on Facebook of Bantu knots and whatnot.
Oh, damn Bantu knots. You know what? But it was free though, so that's the thing. I get my hair for free.
One of this year, y'all took that cruise and you had your hair done for that.
That was a year ago.
Okay. Still. That hairstyle is very expensive. That's all I'm saying.
Is to maintain your hair. I have good hair, so I have to maintain this good hair at any cost necessary while I still have it on my head.
My head, it looks like it's been added into the braids, costing pretty.
No, this is all my hair.
Those bundles cost a pretty penny. I may not wear weave because I have my locks, but I know I'm thinking too about hair. Okay.
This is all my natural scalp hair, everybody. This is when you use good moisture. You take care of your hair, you wash it, and you put that nigga Dollar Tree stuff in your hair. But anyway, I'm not fucking with you. But I did give though. I went to Kroger. My job this year was to get the ice cream, so I did get the ice cream from Kroger and your suggestion at Walmart, the Great Value Banana Pudding. So that was a hit. But I did give, I think I had like 5 cents left over, so I gave 5 cents to the Salvation Army little tin can outside. So That was given for the holiday season. 5 cents is better than no cent.
Salvation Army people you don't know 5 cent, but I'm still waiting about coins that you've owed me for several years. Okay, that's cute.
Anywho, so had a good time with the family this year though. Didn't go to Philly. We went to Baltimore to see my aunt and cousins on Sunday. But other than that, and also in Upper Marlboro, see my other uncle and aunt there as well. But other than that, you know, it's just been a real chill time. But then I got real busy this week. So I'm happy to be doing this show because it's been a hectic week, but you know, now I get to release all the energy from all the stories that we've been hearing about this week, and we get to give that all to you all. And I actually did good this Thanksgiving too, people. Y'all know I like to tear up for Thanksgiving and eat a lot of food. But I actually didn't go too crazy this year. I actually, you know, maintained my diet with the food. I had like one big plate, and that sufficed me for the rest of the day. Then I had a good takeover, a leftover tray. But other than that, you know, Thanksgiving was really cool. A lot of the family, and yeah, that was about it. But how was your Thanksgiving? How was your week, Monique? Since we've been away from the show, other than
Yeah, we have been gone for a minute now. We're back with the jump off, but you know, it has been different. I think, like I said, the last time we did a show, the Sunday before Thanksgiving, I traveled down to the 757, picked my mom up so that she could spend Thanksgiving with us. And unfortunately, she had a stroke the Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. So she was admitted to the hospital up here. She was just discharged on Monday. And yesterday, so I've been out of work all week. I worked kind of like a half a day on Monday. Picked her up, my husband and I, from the hospital. And yesterday, I took her to Newport News to her doctor's appointment, and we learned that she can no longer live by herself. So she is still here with me in Richmond, Chesterfield, and so I have now kind of become her 24-hour caregiver, if you will. So it has been definitely different and an adjustment. I went to work. I went back to work today, so we are hiring. This is especially important. Why I need my motherfucking coins. We've had to hire caregivers to come, and that has been overwhelming in itself, because we tried a caregiver today. She did not show up, so at the last minute we had to adjust some things. So why I'm trying to transition her kind of and get her settled as to where she's going to be, whether it's going to be here with us or whether back at home with caregivers. So it's just been a little different, and then trying to also work and work from home, log in, make sure my assistant has what she needs in the office and has my support while I'm out. So it's just been different, but I'm glad to be back with you guys. Glad to be doing the show. I think I needed a show. You know, just kind of, you know, it's been different. So tomorrow I'm looking forward to getting a little rest. Jordin is gonna be going to a parade in the morning with the neighbors. Hallelujah. And they will be leaving at like 8 in the morning. Thank you. So so what's I shove him on out the door. I'm gonna go back to oh shoot. I'm gonna go back to sleep and rest for a little while. So, you know, but I did we did do some Black Thursday, if you will, shopping. We went to Walmart and we went to Target, got some things. So I mean that was cool as well. Or, you know, my in-laws were here for Thanksgiving as well. So they kind of helped me with the meal with my husband and I just kind of running back and forth to the hospital and trying to be there with my mom. So you know, like I said, it was different, but we got through it. So
yes, so that's good. All praise to God.
I need my coins because these caregivers is talking about $20 to $25 to $30 an hour. Okay.
Look, I know because my aunt in Baltimore, I told y'all she had a stroke. the year I got sick. So that was 2012, December. Like the exact same day I went to the hospital, she had a stroke that same day. And she has a caregiver right now, and they had to change the agency. So it's very real out here, people, and they get a nice.
Very real. So I'm gonna need my very real motherfucking coins called Google checks. Okay.
I'm gonna have to take a side job as a as well, because they get some nice payments there. They get some nice, coinage with how much they charge. So I'm gonna have to give me a little side hustle too, if you will. So
And today, when we had that situation, this other agency, they were talking about like $30 an hour plus a $90 initial assessment. And he was like, well, we do this assessment every 90 days. I don't need no damn assessment every 90 days. I am a social worker. I know how to assess my mother. I see her every day. I just need somebody to step in and come in today. So my husband was like, tell him, hell no, not $30 an hour. So we were, like I said, we were able to get someone at the last minute. But Reggie, since you already know the struggle, I can give you my account number and whatnot, and Miss Google sent a check to me by Monday.
That's not enough business days, but it is what it is. So, what was I about to say? I did stop a little bit in your neck of the woods though, because going to 95 now. Shout out to Google Maps now. Y'all know I haven't had an Android in years, so I forgot what the Google Maps look like. I've been so used to the Apple Maps, but thankful for Google Maps, I had to do a little detour. I ended up taking the S off. I think it's Asheville or Ashland.
Oh, that's where I work. I work in Ashland.
Okay, yeah. 'Cause I remember my mom. She used to work. Yeah, my mom. She had to work in the DeVita, well, at her clinic that she works at. She used to have to work at that one in Ashland, and I would go with her for like a weekend because free hotel and free food and stuff. Why not? So
I know so. I got to do.
No. So I was right there passing, I think, Virginia Commons, whatever, shopping center. And I was like, you know what, they took away the famous days because that used to be over there. And I see it put Publix. So I was tempted to stop in Publix to get a nice little sheet cake for myself.
Excuse me. Yeah, that Publix just opened, I guess about 2 months ago, maybe.
Yeah, so as soon as I got home, I signed up for Publix membership. So I will be using my coupons, my digital coupons, if you will, while I'm there. But anyways, so again, we have missed you all. We haven't done the show and everything. So thank you all for still watching the other episodes as well and still rock with us. But we got a lot of good stuff to talk about with you all tonight because for the past couple of weeks, there's been a lot of stuff that we haven't covered. Stuff that have happened, updates from people that we don't still want to talk about, but we still got to talk about just for you all. And just give our 2 cents on it and talk shit about them. And then also some award shows have happened as well. So first off, the American Music Awards happened the Sunday before last. And
yeah, that was the Sunday before Thanksgiving because by the time we got back home here, they were, I guess we got back here about 9:30 or so. And my husband was like, you missing it. And I was like, look, I'm about to go to bed.
Yeah, so the American Music Awards went down and, Tracy Ellis Ross hosted. She has her line is at JCPenney as well. And it's very affordable too. So you get some JCPenney coupons. Y'all can get some Tracy Ellis Ross stuff from her clothing line as well. Oh, before we split two people, we got to tell y'all that it's almost Christmas, everybody. Christmas is really upon us. It is real, people. The year is almost over. So start doing your shopping right now. And then also, too, people, and we're going to give y'all some Christmas shopping tips later down the road, too, because I think I'll be putting up my tree this weekend.
Yeah, so I'm going to do mine either Sunday. I may try to, depending on what time Jaden gets back from this parade tomorrow, I may do it while he is here and let him bake some. He still has some Halloween cookies left that he needs to bake. So I think I'm gonna put the tree up. And I actually I also went to JCPenney's and Macy's Thanksgiving night too. And we always put a tree up and we always do a wreath, but I would like to decorate my house more like in the inside. So I actually at Target they had some really cute nutcrackers that actually look like us. So I got a few of those, and then I actually found a black Santa. No, JC Penney's. I found they had two black Santas that were kind of weird looking. One was a cowboy, like a rodeo Santa that was a little different. Then it was a black Santa that was like dressed up like Aunt Jemima. So I left him in the store as well. That rodeo, that cowboy. But they had a regular looking Santa that looked like us that I got as well. So I'm gonna try to put some things up in the house, and maybe I may try to get my mom to go out a little bit for a while tomorrow. So I'm gonna go and get some more things, see what I can find. So we'll see, but I do want to kind of decorate the inside of the house more. I have like a built-in shelf in my family room, so I wanted to maybe take some of the things that I have down there and maybe get some Christmassy things up. And then we always have some stockings that we hang up as well, like my stocking, Jaden's stocking, and my husband's stocking, and we just kind of put stocking stuffers in those stockings from the time we put our tree up to Christmas Day. So I have to get our stockings up and stuff as well.
Okay, and that just made me think about this too, people. When I went to Bahamas last year, now I'm show you this picture, people. So y'all see this now? This is what's selling in the gift stores, people. It's supposed to be like Miami or someone.
I can't really see it's
Miami.
Yeah, I did. Why do you have that picture, Reggie?
Because they're selling this in the gift stores in Bahamas.
Is that a Miami? Is that a Miami Santa?
No, it's a Miami salt shaker and pepper shaker.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, they do make those because I had this coworker. This was back in the day, and you would say like my very first social work job, and it was in Farmville. It was where I actually interned at like my senior year in college and undergrad. And I had this coworker who went through this bad divorce, and she had to move. And so she was Caucasian, and my coworker that helped her like go over to her house and pack up her stuff was black. And she said my coworker had those Mammy salt pepper shakers. And she said she was looking at her like, what the fuck? She said she started to break them. She was like, I started to break this shit and be like, oops. She said, I don't understand why this white woman got this. I was like, you had a business going over there packing up a damn thing. I mean, in our coworker, she wasn't racist or anything, not that we knew of, but she said she just couldn't understand why she had them damn salt pepper shakers.
Yeah, you know what? And look, I almost was tempted to buy one just as a souvenir, but they were like $15, so I kept it, left it there, and just took a picture.
The pancakes ain't that damn expensive. Shit.
Yeah, I know. So I'm like, look at y'all advocating for Miami out here in the Grand Turk and Caicos and whatnot. But also, y'all, are y'all still canceling Dan Rue, Dan the Man? With the plan, blah blah blah. The one that jigged that y'all thought was light skinned or Arab or Creole or whatever, but he's a straight up white boy that said nigga. And he do that. He would be. They from New Orleans, and it's this big black guy named Nick, and then it's a little tall white guy named Dan with a big ass beard, and people thought he was light skinned. He'd be jigging across the mall. He'd be like, "Oh no, what you doing, baby? Oh no."
No, I never heard of that.
Look, so I gotta show you, but he basically did a video where he said nigga, and the boy recording him saying that, I bet you want to say nigga up here. I'm put it on, line and stuff like that. He was like, so could the black guy called him a cracker or something? I'm like, now cracker is not offensive to white people. Now nigga, come on. So Dan the Man that we thought was a white, thought was a light skinned, just a very high yellow person, ended up really being a white person. And he's pretty much canceled now from the black Twitter community. and he just released his little sorry ass apology that probably Tyrese coached him to do. But you know what? You know, still, I keep telling y'all, especially y'all Filipinos, y'all cannot keep getting away with saying nigga. One of these days, y'all gonna really catch these hands. So, anyways, and then also two people got shout out to it is December 1st. So it is World AIDS Day as well, people. So make sure you get tested, know your status and everything of that nature. But back to what we're talking about, though, the American Music Awards. So Tracee Ellis Ross, she hosted. Diana Ross received the Lifetime Achievement Award, her and her Chiclet Teeth. And she looked really good. And she was out performing, doing all the hits and stuff. Had the whole Rainbow Coalition of family come up on stage. You know, every mixture, tone of grandchildren she had on stage. Reminded me of my own family. But, you know, she had everybody on the stage there.
Yeah, because I got a few...
What?
Y'all got a few different ones too, right?
Yeah, we have white, we have Hawaiian, we have...
Who's Hawaiian?
Look,
I know your brother's married to a Caucasian. Who is a Hawaiian?
My uncle married a Hawaiian. I don't think he watched the show. I think I blocked him on Twitter. I mean, on Facebook. You know, he's one of the crazy ones. But he married...
who's this Big Reggie's brother?
No, this is my mom's cousin. And he married this Hawaiian girl. They used to live in Hampton, out in Michael Woods, actually, by that AMC.
Oh, my cousin lives in Michael's Woods. My cousin Kenny.
So they were living out there, Hawaiian.
That is farm fresh in the AMC.
Yes. And now my cousins, two cousins, they used to be small, but, you know, now you know how Hawaiians get. And plus, you know, my family on that side get a little big. So, you know, they like real bigger than me now. And I'm like, look, I don't know who you're talking to, but I still whoop your ass. So, you know, yeah, that's the Hawaiian side of the thing. I call them Hawaiian punchers, but, you know, I haven't seen them. They live in Texas now. And yeah, she's no longer part of the family. You know, there's some, you know.
Why did they divorce or something?
You know how when people just, you know, cheat and whatever. It's not my black ass business though. But you know, they did put it on Facebook once upon a time, but still not my black ass business. So anyway, so look, that's a whole not a book I'll write one day. But anyway, so they had this situation and everything, and then the big moment of the night everybody was looking forward to though was going to be not Pink doing her acrobats and shit on side of the buildings and hotels and shit, but Christina Aguilera, aka Vanilla Ice Cream, doing a tribute to Whitney Houston for the Bodyguard soundtrack. And first, some things I got to take away from it. You know, Christina had the slick back hair, wet and wavy from the shower.
That hair looked greasy as a bitch. That hair looked like she hadn't washed it in months.
You know, like how, you know, white women just put mousse on their hair.
Yeah, I know that they're wearing that, but I didn't. I mean,
not for Christina.
That was not becoming.
You know, and Whitney never had her hair slicked back like that. Though, let alone her wigs ever slicked back like that. The only time Whitney had her hair,
no shit like that.
Exactly, and the only time too, Whitney only had a real hair on the album cover was her first album. Other than that, Whitney always wore a wig for every occasion, everybody, and every conversation.
Yeah,
so
she's making that money, honey, that Clive Davis money.
Yes, even smoking the crack. But anyway, so Vanilla Ice Cream performed, and she did, you know, I Will Always Love You. What she do? I Have Nothing.
She sang I Wanna Run to You.
Yeah, and I'm Every Woman.
Yeah, she did with I'm Every Woman, yeah.
And I was like, you know, Christina.
It was horrible. Let's just tell the truth about it. It was horrible.
And people, and everyone always say up there too, like, you know, oh, but you know, Whitney can't, you know, no one can really do Whitney, which is true. Like, no one can do Whitney like how Whitney did it.
That's not quite true, because I actually, when I looked at her performance, I actually looked at it on YouTube because I did not see it the night of the show. Well, first of all, I think that, to me, in my opinion, she focused too much on trying to sound like Whitney versus just, you know, belting the notes out, because I've known Christina Aguilera to give way better performances than that. When she remade Donny Hathaway's or was it Donny Hathaway? it was a long time ago, and it was, I think they did like a Herbie Hancock
I,
tribute or compilation CD, and she did Donny Hathaway singing the song for you.
mm-hmm.
It was, I mean, that thing was awesome. I've seen her perform so much better so many times. I think, like I said, to me, she focused on trying to sound like Whitney Houston versus just sounding like herself and giving the best performance that she could have gave. I
Yeah.
don't understand why they picked her. What made them pick her? I would have much rather heard Hollering Hudson versus
Yeah.
her any day. But after watching that, you know how if you're on YouTube sometimes it'll automatically roll over and play another video.
Mm-hmm.
There was a girl, I don't know what type of gospel, I don't know what type of singing contest or show she was on. I don't know if she was on American Idol, but this girl sounded just like Whitney Houston. She was a black girl,
Mm-hmm.
and she sung Run to You. I don't know if it was American Idol, but she sounded just like Whitney Houston.
Yeah, I know. I think I know what you're talking about too. 'Cause I think I
Yeah.
saw it not too long ago. But
Yeah, I really could have done without that girl. I'm not sure what that was about, why you did that, who chose her, why they chose her out of all the people.
mm-hmm. Well, you know, they say that Whitney once upon a time said that Christina was the voice of the generation, that she was her favorite singer, and that as Pat Houston said that Whitney from the sky above from her corpse said that Christina should be the choice. It sounded like when Lil Kim said she was having conversations with Biggie. I was wondering how.
Yeah, she did that whole performance. She did a disservice. And then what was I gonna say? Now I hear, Sissy Houston thought that there was nothing wrong with that performance. That performance was horrible.
Look, Sissy out here see the cutting up. So I mean, Sissy has no saying this right now.
Okay.
The thing too is that Christina didn't even look like Christina. Her lips looked a little too plump, and it's something just didn't look right about Christina. It wasn't the Christina that we're used to. Something just didn't seem quite right about it. For the effort, she'll get a C.
Hey,
Uh,
Jaden, excuse me. He's get up. I'm coming upstairs now. Hold, excuse me. This is
okay.
live. Come on.
Yeah,
Come
we're
on.
very loud. Yeah, so
he's cold and can't sleep, so I'm going to turn the heat up upstairs. Come on.
okay. All right, but
say hi to the people. Hi.
Say
hey to Reggie.
Hey.
He can see himself in the camera. Would you stop? Come on.
Oh yeah.
Come on, get up now. Stop. Did I tell you? Did you get a beat in her? Yeah. No. Okay. So what?
All right.
Listen to her.
But trying to take his mother's job already. But anyway, so yeah, the performance was good for what it was. But a lot of people also too sometimes say that just from the performances I've seen, people wonder why you didn't have certain people perform like you would have, a Deborah Cox or something, or the Jordin Sparks. But you have to think about it too. This is the American Music Awards, so there's not going to be like your average BET, NAACP Image Award type of tribute. This is the American Music Awards, paying tribute to Whitney. So for what it was worth, again, Christina was a good choice, but she just didn't deliver how we thought she would. And then another thing too is that the performance was probably, I don't know, So anyways, that was that. So Vanilla Ice Cream, I didn't want to hear Hollering Hudson or Chocolate Ice Cream, as I would call her. So, we'll see what other tribute happens. I think probably NAACP or somebody might have a tribute one year for Whitney again as well. Oh, and y'all know.
Invite Christina Aguilera back.
No, and y'all know Brandy. Don't bring Brandy. I would have rather hear Monica. Now, Monica could do a good Whitney as well.
I don't think so.
Well, no, she did a little bit at the BET Awards. Remember what she did? They had a whole tribute.
Didn't like it.
Oh, well, I just don't want to see Brandy. Y'all know I love Brandy, but me and her got a love-hate relationship.
I don't think she can do. I don't think Brandy would have been a good choice either. I
No,
mean,
it's
and
like
maybe
no.
not even Fantasia. I don't even think. I just some. I mean,
Cause they just didn't invite me to the performance, and I just wanted to sing that song and stuff, and I could have done a little something for my Christmas album, but they just didn't invite me, but.
So, anyways,
I'm not sure.
yeah, but hey, it is what it is. And then also, the Soul Train Awards went down as well. People on last Sunday. I missed it because I was in Baltimore, but I watched it probably that night of or that next day. I think I watched it the next day because I was off that Monday. Well, this past Monday, and we had a lot of good. Of course, this is Soul Train Awards, so we have our stuff that we got to talk about with that real quick. So, going to some of the winners real quick, everybody. So, Bruno Mars was the most awarded winner of the night with 5 awards, including album mixtape of the year for 24 Karat Magic, best R&B soul male artist, and video of the year for 24 Karat Magic. The Rhythm and Bars Award, which is their hip hop award, went to Cardi B's Bodak Yellow. Song of the year went to Bruno Mars. That's what I like. The Ashford the Simpson Songwriters Award went to Solange for Cranes in the Sky and Raphael Sadiq. They both wrote the song. Best collaboration, DJ Khalid, Rihanna, and Bryson Tiller with Wild Thoughts. Soul Train Certified Award went to Belle Biv DeVoe and Legacy. The Best R&B Soul Female Artist went to SZA as well as Best New Artist. And the Lay Your Soul Award went to SWV. And about the performance now. Now, I love SWV. Y'all know that I grew up on them. And Coco could really sing sometimes. I'm not sure if it was just that night. I only watched the show only once. So I may have to go back and listen to make sure I wasn't hearing my ears correctly. I don't know. Some people were off a little bit. If somebody was out of breath for dancing a little too hard or jigging a little too hard in their age bracket, some just didn't quite grasp like they usually would. But it did. I remember when they did the BET Awards with Alicia Keys back in 2005 when they first got back together and tried to make something happen. And the vocals weren't quite there too. But they can sing though. They're sisters with voices. So I'm not sure if it was nerves or something. And also, they've been around since 92. And this is their first award they've ever received ever in their career. So that's just even crazy to think that they never received. Hell, even a Soul Train Award, Image Award. You would think they would receive an NAACP Image Award or Word Up Award from the voters in the magazine or something from back in the day. But
I mean, I don't know. For one, I was very disappointed in the Soul Train Music Awards. It went off, and I was like, okay, that's it. I mean, really?
Yeah.
And then I wanted to know how come none of the winners, how come they weren't there? Nobody was there to get their award.
And you got to think about it too now. This is where a lot of people always say, well, we have all these award shows and stuff like that. Black people, Black Twitter sometimes get upset about the Grammys, the other award show, and be like, oh, this show whack and stuff like that. But, some of the artists that y'all be champion for don't even support their own Black awards. So,
And y'all do know that SZA's name is SZA.
SZA.
Seriously, I was listening. Well, I was in the car yesterday, and I don't know if she's supposed to be here in Richmond. Something that they were advertising for her, and she was like, "Oh no, I know what it was." Even though Weekend has been out for a while, somehow or another, she must have been here recently. And she did a recording, and she's like, "Hi, this is SZA, and you guys are listening to my new single Weekend." And I was like, I thought her name was SZA, but I know she didn't say her name.
Well, it could be a Rihanna situation because y'all know Rihanna. We always say Rihanna, but her real name's actually her real name is Robin Rihanna Fenty, but it's actually supposed to be pronounced Rihanna and not Rihanna. So maybe it's.
I was like SZA. I was like, okay. But anyway, I'll digress. But I'm not sure what SWV would have won in the past. I mean, no. I grew up on them. I love them. I actually still listen to their first CD all the time. That whole CD is that whole like I said, I can't. I listen to that first CD all the time still, but they are one of those groups that just never got their just due and their recognition. So, and again, even like when they were like hot and at the top of the charts, their music also didn't cross over. So, I can't say that back in the day you'd have seen them win a Grammy, because Downtown was not across. That was a straight R&B song. That wasn't a crossover song. Weak, it was an R&B song. It wasn't a crossover song. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's the only song that crossed over was Weak, and then that Human Nature remix. Yeah, those are their only two songs out of their whole catalog that really crossed over was Weak and Human Nature right here. Because because Michael Jackson sample.
Yeah, so they wouldn't have necessarily won a Grammy.
A Black Award. You would think they would probably
the BET Awards weren't a thing back then.
The only Black awards we had was Soul Train Awards or then the NAACP Image Awards. So
yeah, and by the time the NAACP Image Awards actually became a thing and was, they didn't have anything to get any notoriety for. I'm glad that they did get this this award, but I don't know, their performance was lackluster to me too.
Cute outfits though.
Yeah, I like the outfits, the sparkly.
They brought Method Man out, and yeah, but
it was just. I didn't like their dresses though, like their formal dresses. I didn't like those. Not that I'm here to critique anybody's fashion, but I don't know. Like I said, I am glad that they were able to get something. I do believe in giving flowers while you're yet living and you're able to see them, receive them, smell them, all those good things. But I don't know. I thought they were going to come out and just bring it. And, that didn't happen. That manager Corey, he wasn't there, so I guess they fired him. I always felt some type of way about the way they used to talk to that boy.
Yes. Now he was in the audience though. I had to go back and see that too. He was in the audience, like he was he was like all tucked away in the audience in the back. But they used to talk Taj, especially in Coco.
Hit to him. I felt so horrible for him.
Yes.
But
well, he was a little stalkerish though, just all of a sudden they work for American Express Customer Service, and then you're now friends with Coco, and then you're doing, managing them. I mean,
so now they honor Miss Toni Braxton.
Toni the living legend Braxton. Ro James performed, and then also
Jesse J and Luke James.
Which is very interesting because I know Jesse J and Luke James used to date. So I was wondering how that interaction would go on stage, but they handled it real well, like a pro.
I'm trying to figure yet again, and I think, and while, let me just say this about Luke James. He saved that tribute, but I hope this has not categorized him into being a person that's going to do all the tributes like they would do Trey Songz. Yeah, and Trey Songz. Yes. I'm telling you, because while he saved that tribute, I want to see him at the BET Awards doing the OJ's tribute. I want to see him at the BET Awards doing a conjunction tribute.
Because that's how we introduced Luke James too.
I mean, besides Star and the New Edition movie, we don't want to see you without a goddamn awards doing the tributes. I think this is now put you in that box.
Yes.
But I'm not sure why they had Ro James out there singing 7 whole days. Not sure why that child was up there singing. It was horrible. And Toni Braxton, ma'am, they gave me some Mariah Carey tease. Like that performance was I was like, what is going on? Now, what did she think? Because she was getting this award, she didn't have to sing? I don't understand that. Tamar Braxton sung her song better than she did.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Toni really usually brings it. When you see those little clips on the show and stuff like that too, and you look at her past performances, I don't know if she had a tired day or something, because you know she had the lupus. So I don't know if there was
she had a flare up or flare was coming upon her or what.
But yes, but she, you know, Toni usually brings it, but you would think she'll perform some of the songs that we. No, she had the whole catalog. That's the thing. She has too many songs that are hits, so she only had to have a select few. But and I wish she would have done. She could have just done "Unbreak My Heart," but she let Luke James, the tribute singer, do it. But you know,
I'm telling you, "Love Should Have Brought You Home Last Night" is one of my all-time favorite Toni Braxton songs. Just Be a Man About It. While that was not as popular as some of her other songs, that's like one of my favorites. One of my favorite Toni Braxton songs. Her very first single was one of my favorites. I don't know. I was disappointed in her performance, but I guess if you are Toni D. Braxton, living legend, you don't have to do a whole lot. But I just would have thought that she would have did more. She was almost giving me Mariah Carey tease. Like, I'm just up here, just to be up here.
Like, I was expecting her to hear a song. She was like, sing, y'all. And I was like, okay.
I was like, say what?
Yes.
And then after her performance, it was over, and I was like, "Is that it?" And it honestly stayed on a whole hour. I thought or 2 hours. I literally thought that thing was going to go off at like 11:45, maybe closer to 12 o'clock. She did her performance, and Erykah Badu was like, "Okay, we about to start this Soul Train line and peace." I was like, okay, is that what it is? Really? So, Deborah Lee, I don't know what is going on down to the BET studios, but I expect better from you, miss.
Yes. Well, I don't know about her. She's still.
People get ready.
The Soul Train.
I'm coming. Don't need no ticket. Just get on board.
But real quick about this Soul Train was too from Toni Braxton and Tamar performed too, Blind. Again, like you said, she did good. They did a gospel tribute, a gospel section with Kurt Frankin. Now, our favorite pastor or pastress, if you will, Leandra.
Your classmate.
Now, this was a gospel section.
Both of y'all know some fuck shit.
No, she's more on fuck shit now. She had
I think y'all about to say. The only thing you don't do is dress up like a hooker and go out into the streets and pass out condoms.
But her outfit wasn't very, gospel.
Very inappropriate. But this is the same pastor that we talk about get on Periscope and make videos of her getting high as a motherfucking kite and getting drunk and saying, was it Drunk in Love she was saying? Yeah. So this is the same pastress, like you say, your Bible college classmate, girl bad, who appears to be a bigamist. Yeah.
We didn't take the same classes though. But
I'm pretty sure y'all sat right beside each other and copied off each other's fucking paper. And you guys strike me as that type, okay? But I was like, why do you have all that?
I don't know why, but it just didn't quite. I mean, Lettucey was even more put together, and she's supposed to be the R&B singer. So I don't know what's supposed to be going on. Then you had this fool, we thought you were pregnant, but then you had so I don't know what's going on with you.
I mean, ain't you supposed to be somewhere with a prayer shawl around your lap? And I was like, what did she have on?
I don't know, but gospel music is, I guess, getting a little more open now.
But they were under the direction of Mr. Kirk Frankin himself, so I mean, it doesn't go very far.
But it was also too funny because at Thanksgiving, real quick, they put on music choice and play the music in the background and stuff like that. And they was on the gospel station. My grandma's and would listen to it and stuff. My older aunts and everything. And my uncle turned real quick because he thought he heard "Bitch Better Have My Money," but it was a Ty Tribbett song that sounded just like "Bitch Better Have My Money."
What?
So I was like, okay, I see everyone taking this trapping gospel to a next level. Y'all let Erica do it. What? God.
Well, you know, Ty Tribbett has always been a little different. I saw him, well, and those of us who live in the those of us who live in the Richmond area, I should not name this church, but I used to go to this church a long time ago, and it's one of the mega churches here in Richmond. So anybody who's looking at us, and maybe even out there 757 know what church I'm talking about. But Ty Tribbett was in concert, and I went to the concert, and you would have thought that I was at a club. I was at Roger Blair somewhere. He's always just been very, he's just a very different type of artist. Now, I love the song that he has with Fantasia. You know that one. Oh. So I do like that song. But the rest of them songs are a bit suspect and are a bit questionable. Like I said, when I went to that concert, and that concert was every bit, that was before I had Jada. I would think I was in my early 20s then. You guys know I'm in my early 30s now. What's that, Reggie? But yeah, it was a long time ago. And I was like, okay, am I in church or am I in a club?
You never know nowadays. So
drop down to get my eagle on the shot in here. I don't know which one I'm supposed to do.
Exactly. But it's good that my vision, I told you I had a vision about a church like this once upon a time. I told you I was at this church specials at night, free, ladies in before 10, BYOB, bring your own bottle of oil. So, again, my visions were like it might be coming to life. So we can make this a franchise, if you will, have the trap gospel section in the club, and just passing out tithes and offering to my area here, so I can just take your tithes and offering, and then just have a good old time and stuff like that. Under the guidance of Erica Campbell and Tina Campbell. You may have love relationship advice in one section of the church from Tina and
Tina Teddy Talks. Okay.
Teddy. Because do anything for a check. I mean, she out here peddling her CDs at Walmart, so she'll do anything for a sale, or a ticket sale at that too. So,
Well, I just want she gonna bring her Bible with her and talk to her the way she talked to her on that porch.
Oh my goodness. So, and then real quick to the Soul Cypher. They did the Soul Cypher again this year. Yeah. It was Faith Evans.
Fantasia.
And then also you had
Lauer.
Yeah, Lauer from Philly, and
I can't think of
Molly Music. The one they say that's fucking with Jennifer Hudson. That's why she got separated from her punk.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a gospel rapper too. I mean, a gospel singer. See what I'm talking about? Andrea Johnson.
We'll not group us together, but
he's supposed to be a gospel artist.
Yeah, but hey, things are changing, I guess. I suppose, but it was real cool. Those were real nice and everything like that, I suppose. So that was the Soul Train Awards this year, though. In a nutshell, it was
much to say about him.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad when it was so lit when Mr. Chester, Uncle Chester himself, R. Kelly, Robert Sylvester, the Pete Piper himself, had that big ass cookout on stage for the Chinese dance and everything. And sadly, that was a real last monumental moment I have with the Soul Train Awards, and that was like a couple of years ago. But we don't condone Robert Kelly at this present moment. He's out here but so shout out to everybody at the Soul Train Awards. Now, also the Grammy Awards are coming up, everybody. So y'all know what time it is. January 28th on Sunday on CBS Live from New York City at Madison Square Garden this year. So it's the first time it's going to be in New York since 2002, I believe it was. So the Grammys will be going down. One of the big nominees this year, Jay-Z and Kendrick Lamar. I think they have 7 each. And then SZA, Khalid, and No ID, and someone else have 5 awards, 5 nominations each. Or Cezaya, as I guess she would call herself. So
he getting nominated for a Grammy, and SWV ain't never been nominated for a Grammy. Hey, come on, people.
Look. So here's some of the nominees people. And actually, an album of the year category is the first year, I think it's in 9 years or something, where a white man was nominated in the album of the year category. Because I know it's big hoo-ha when Beck beat Beyonce for the Beyonce album a few years ago and whatnot. But on the nominees this year for record of the year, you have Redbone by Childish Gambino, that Dance Despacito by Louis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee and Justin Bieber. I hate that song, The Passion of the Christ. Jay-Z's The Story of OJ, Humble by Kendrick Lamar, and 24 Karat Magic by Bruno Mars. Album of the year, you have Awaken My Love by Childish Gambino, 444 by Jay-Z, Damn by Kendrick Lamar, Melodrama by Lord, and 24 Karat Magic by Bruno Mars.
And 24 Karat Magic, so is this for 20? Well, I thought 24 Karat Magic came out in 2016. Why is he still?
Because album now, here's the thing, they have a cutoff date. So this year's cutoff date was from September of 2016 to September 29th of this year. So because this album came out in November, it missed the deadline last year for this year's Grammys. Well, last year's Grammys. And then for Song of the Year, you have Despacito, 444, Issues by Julia Michaels, 1-800-273-8255 by Logic, Alicia Cara, and Khalid, and That's What I Like by Bruno Mars. Best New Artist, you have Alicia Cara, who, again, she's been out for, Here came out in 2014. So, and she just now getting nominated for Best New Artist in 2018, or 2015 she came out, I think it was 2015. So, I don't know how that works, but...
Something to get a nomination again, SWV. As they're nominated for shit.
I don't even think DNGB been nominated for a Grammy.
Okay. Reggie.
But Best New Artist, you have Alicia Cara, Khalid, Lil Uzi Vert, Julie Michaels, and Cezaya. So that's a good category right there. You know, Chance the Rapper won last year. In the R&B performance category, in the R&B category, we have Best R&B Performance by Get You from Daniel Caesar and Khalid, which is, I like that song. Daniel Caesar's album is actually a really great album too.
Right, folks that you come to work like that with that bun in your hair.
Excuse me?
The people down to the association, the homeowners association.
Look, you know, white people love a good, interesting hairstyle. So they were like, "Oh, I like that hair on you, Reggie." I was like, "Oh, thank you."
Does they question you? Yeah, Reggie. Don't let me see you next week with a different hairstyle, and I'm really fucking know something. I want my money.
What was
topic, but I feel like if you can go down to BA African hair braiding, you can run me that damn body, okay?
Your business.
And I'm trying not to cuss real loud because my mother is upstairs asleep. But you can run me that damn body if you got time to be at the braid shop, okay? I don't believe nobody did that for free. The price is too little, they too straight, and they too deep, and the butt is perfect. I want my damn body.
Where's my tissue? I'm crying tears right now. Oh my God. Where's that?
Okay, get back to the nominations. I'm sick of this shit from you every week.
Best R&B. Where's that at? Because I lost my life now. Best R&B Performance. Get You, Daniel Caesar. Distraction by Kehlani. How About Legacy? That's What I Like by Bruno Mars, and The Weeknd by SZA. So Side Chick Anthem, that's not a Side Chick Anthem, is, you know, nominated for a Grammy.
But it's a nice ballad though, even though it promotes adultery and
well, plenty of SWV songs.
Curtis T's, but a
lot of the songs from SWV promoted adultery too.
Well, yeah.
So we have a lot of adultery in the R&B field. Surprisingly, Layla Hathaway didn't get nominated for anything. She always snatching every Grammy, but her album just came out like a few weeks ago, so she missed the deadline. So she'll
she
be
probably
snatching.
get that next year. Yeah,
Yeah,
because that album did just drop probably a few weeks ago. So
good too. That's another one y'all got to check out too. Best traditional R&B performance, you have "Laughing Move On" by the Baylor Project, "Redbone" by Childish Gambino, "What I'm Feeling" by Anthony Hamilton featuring the Hamiltones, "All the Way" by Lettucey, and "Still" by Molly Music. Best R&B song, you have "First Begin" by PJ Morton, "Location" by Khalid, "Redbone" by Childish Gambino, "Supermodel" by SZA or SZA this week, and "That's What I Like" by Bruno Mars. Best urban contemporary album, you have "Free Black" by Black, "Awaken My Love" by Childish Gambino, "American Team" by Khalid, "Control" by SZA, and "Starboy" by The Weeknd. Best R&B album, you have "Through the End" by Daniel Caesar, "Let Love Rule" by Lettucey, 24 Karat Magic by Bruno Mars, "Gumbo" by PJ Morton, and "Feel the Real" by Music Soul Child. Now, I forgot Music Soul Child had an album that came out.
is this the one he rapping? Remember that?
This is not the rap album.
Remember he reported that story a few years ago. He wanted to be a rapper.
Well, it's Lazy Eyes, but I don't know. I forgot he came out with the album. I didn't listen to the Music Soul Child album, so someone at the Academy been listening to Music Soul Child, so I may have to Spotify it or something. I don't hear it probably morning show 95.7 R&B.
Speaking of Music Soul Child, that reminded me, we forgot to talk about 112's performance.
Oh yeah, 112. So shout out to Bad Boy.
Now I don't know how much rehearsal time y'all got before y'all got on that stage, but clearly it was not enough time. Slim, you are probably in your 50s. I believe you just started singing in your real voice. You know, high pitched ass. I was like, okay, really?
And Darren's out here doing all type of jigs and moves and spins and twerks and everything. I was like, y'all gotta be about a good 40 years old now. You gotta, you can't be out here doing the most on stage like this.
Just do a slow bop.
Huh?
You just do a slow bop and keep it moving.
Yeah, some Temptations or something very smooth urban R&B, urban AC something, but y'all.
But that song that they sung, I hear that song all the time on Tom Jordin. Yeah.
Cheating or something about playing a game of checkers, a dangerous love or something.
A dangerous game, but they want to throw knives and darts at the love. I was like, what is really good?
Sounds like a game of truth or truth to me.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me. I said, yeah, like this got some type of violence and physical harm and hurt in this.
Oh my goodness. So then your best rap performance now in the rap category, you have "Bounce Back" by Big Sean, "Bodak Yellow" by Cardi B, 444 by Jay-Z, "Humble" by Kendrick Lamar, and "Bad and Bougie" by Migos and Lil Uzi Vert. Best rap song performance, you have "Problems" by Black, "Crew" by Gold Link, shout out to DC, featuring Brent Fires and Shy Get Down Glizzy, "Family Feud" by Jay-Z and Beyonce, "Loyalty" by Kendrick Lamar and Rihanna, and "Love Galore" by SZA or SZA this week, featuring Travis Scott. Best rap song, you have "Bodak Yellow" by Cardi B. Now here's the thing, people, because the rap award is the best rap song award is awarded to the songwriter. So y'all was like, oh, Cardi B didn't write the song because she's not listed. She's actually listed, but she's credited as Wash Poppin'. So she didn't put her real name in there. Her name's like Delicacies, Barbara, something like that. Something like an Italian or Spanish dish from the bodega. But she credited herself as Wash Poppin' in the song. So she's nominated for that. "Chase Me" by Danger Mouse featuring Run the Jewels and Big Boy from Outkast. "Humble" by Kendrick Lamar. "Sassy" by Rhapsody. "Story of OJ" by Jay-Z. And best rap album, you have 444 by Jay-Z, "Damn" by Kendrick Lamar, "Culture" by Migos, "Layla's Wisdom" by Rhapsody, and "Flower Boy" by Tyler the Creator. So those are some of the nominations there, people. And y'all know before the show we'll give y'all like a little predictions and whatnot. But so that's pretty much all the nominees this year, everybody. Of course, there's more categories, but there's like 80 something categories for the Grammys, and we don't have that enough time, people, to really go over all those for you. So again, watch the show on January 28th on CBS at 8 p.m. Eastern time, everybody. I also told you all too, we've been away for a couple of weeks, so there's some stories that we did miss. So I'm going to give y'all some quick click everybody on what we call the quickies here on FNL. So some of the stories that we have missed include Jordin Sparks. So we know her as the little girl from American Idol that won Sing About Tattoos and No Air with Chris Brown. Pivotal to his life because of the fact that he had Rihanna grasping for No Air. We beat the shit out of her on the Lamborghini dashboard.
And then
So,
you guys know she was also in Sparkle, which was a big movie with Whitney Houston, the remake of Sparkle. So
every week on BET Central, or they call it BET Her Now.
yeah,
So,
we haven't really seen her from her since.
Yes, but she had a good album though that came out a couple of years ago, but it didn't make any noise because it just wasn't promoted that well. But she's been in a relationship with Jason Derulo, and then she was with Sasha Gemini. I think we reported when the Sasha Gemini situation happened, he said he was going to kill her or something, or some other crazy bipolar mess that Geminis normally do. So that situation ended. And then that's when she met this guy named Daniel or something, or
I thought his name was Isaiah.
No, his name is Dana. It's something.
I thought it was like Dana Isaiah or something.
Something like that. But anyways, so they just revealed, and they just pretty much got open about their dating like a few months ago. But then she just revealed that she's pregnant with a child and that she's actually married. So Brandy, take notes. So Jordin Sparks is legally married. They said they got married in another country somewhere. I think it was Bahamas or somewhere. Let me see if I have the story.
His name is Dana Isaiah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it's the first child for both. So congratulations to Jordin Sparks on her.
Now, I think Mr. Isaiah is supposed to be like a aspiring model.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, I'm not. Let's just say I hope the love lasts. Is all I can say. I don't know. When I was kind of reading the article, I saw some things that kind of made me just kind of wonder how long it's gonna last. The Jordin Sparks doesn't have the best track record with men, and then also I don't know. Just hope it works out for the three of them.
Yes, they're going to have a little boy, which is during the spring. So congratulations to the couple there. Ray J and Princess Love. So they put their story on this last season of Hollywood of Love Hip Hop Hollywood, going to sperm clinics and stuff, smoking Newports to get your list back in the night, back of the night. Well, Princess Love and Ray J are expecting their first child together. Ray J was on The Real, where he announced that they are with child. Princess Love had to go to social media and post a sonogram because apparently,
Monique Slaughter stated that Brandy was carrying the baby.
But Brandy's still plumper than life now. Brandy was always the one that was always skinny and stuff, but she's been a lot plumper.
Yeah. And then Monique did, go back and apologize. And she stated she only said that, I guess, because of some type of beef her and Princess Love had, and they kind of didn't resolve it. So she felt, according to Monique, she only said those things to kind of clap back at her and get back at her. And she said that she apologized, I guess if the child took offense to it. Now that she's put her proof out there, everybody knows that she's actually carrying this child. So good for them. Again, I hope it works out for the three of you, because all of y'all are crazy.
Yes, especially with that crazy ass auntie of yours, who's still out here getting married under the stars and out here, acting like she talked to Whitney in dreams, that she's the only person that like Whitney Houston ever in life. Smoke crack pipes together, I suppose, and where you at. But anyways, now the story that happened too is Aretha Franklin is not dead, everybody. So that was a big Twitter story because we know we lost Della Reese.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't talk about Della Reese on the show.
No, we were supposed to do the show, and we had a whole rest in peace little segment for her. You guys know we just talked about Della Reese a few weeks ago. We were looking for her actually. We're wondering if somebody should go and check her pulse. Lord forgive me, but now it's not needed. But we're Roger.
No, because some people listened to the show and said that we weren't shit because it just so happened they thought we were talking. They had to go back and look at the show was actually taped weeks ago. before Miss Reese passed on. And I reported the story because I know me, I'm very inquisitive, and I was just asking, where's Della? We didn't check on the post for her. It was like, where's the post on her that I read the interview that she did a few years ago, where she said, diabetes.
She didn't catch the diabetes and call her. This woman is dead and gone, and I don't think that your laughter is appropriate. Okay.
Oh my goodness, I'm crying tears right now, y'all, because.
And Rich Dollars, while you sit up here shooting yourself in the thighs and carrying out, you taking a lesson out of Della Reese's book, okay? Shit.
Oh my goodness, her many snacks of fried chicken and ice cream and stuff fucked her diet up, and she said diabetes got hers.
But yeah, we want to say rest in peace to Miss. Yeah. So yeah, she was in her 80s. So
yeah. So but the next day after that, there were stories that Aretha Franklin passed on. So we were all like, no, not Riri, because we always talk about Hey Aretha on the show too. And it's funny enough too, at Thanksgiving now, we my family from here, they're in the South and stuff like that. So they're always, trying to figure out about, pastors and stuff like that. They're like, and her old Aretha Franklin song came on the Music Choice station. And they were like, oh, her dad was CJ or whatever. I was like, and then my aunt, who's hip to the game, she was like, oh, let me look at some stories about her dad. And I was like, oh, we talked about that a few years ago on FNL radio. So I need to pull the episode up so you can hear these allegations or these stories about her father out there in Detroit. And Ray Charles and some other people mixed in the party scene and whatnot. And Aretha's first child was by her daddy. And then the second child was by Sam Cooke. But it's none of our black ass business. And Aretha was I don't think we went that far deep in Aretha back in the day, but
ain't nothing about child. We had a situation like that about. Let me be quiet. Down in my family at my job yesterday, little girl delivered a baby in the parking lot, and her daddy said he thought her daddy said he thought it was a cat, but go. So
what? You're a mess right now. But Aretha's not dead. Everybody from Roland Martin and Sean Robinson.
Saying how people could think that when she just put out an album last week.
Yeah.
We dropped more albums.
Yes.
Why she updated for some of these Grammys? She just literally released seriously these
live album
and American music. She just dropped an album about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. But Aretha got beef for everybody in the industry, so maybe she just not that light.
And that was just a regular album. Then I think a Christmas album just dropped about a week ago. Riri ain't there, honey. She's in the studio. If y'all need to check a pulse on her, okay, go to the studio.
Yeah, because diabetes don't got her because she getting that under control.
So
anyway, so that was that situation. Cameron and Mace. This little beef that they got.
I didn't understand none of this, and what was the purpose of any of this?
I don't either.
They sound stupid, and so does Cameron.
Exactly. Like Pastor Mason, Betha. Now we supposed to be from the cloth. Now you did sidetrack a little bit, but we're not supposed to be out here beefing in these streets. What happened to just
Andrew Johnson?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, he's the real Mel Leandra Johnson. Don't put me in that mess. That's Leandra Johnson and Mason Betha on the same page, but. I shot the bad boy. But anyways, Mace, and Cameron, what happened to the horse and carriage stage? Just go back to the 90s and y'all just do a horse and carriage performance for the culture one good time and squash the beef. You got Cameron thinking y'all over and y'all good, but then Mace, you out here saying that y'all not good. You didn't win the battle.
And Cameron was saying pretty much he can't get down with somebody who was a rapper turned pastor and then turned back to rapping. And he basically stated that Mace was a crook taking people tithes and offering, kind of like what you do.
Look.
And then he broke it. They still ain't got nothing to show for all the money that he done stole for these people. And it was just a back and forth thing. Again, from what I read, I never could understand. They didn't really get down to what the beef was.
And it's still even to this day, because this has been happening after horse and carriage. So this has been happening since at least Mace turned it to a pastor. That was like 99. So this beef has been going on since that time frame. And I still don't, no one understands what the real feud is. Like, it's some Harlem shit probably that we just will never know about in the outside world. But y'all too old now. Y'all like in your 40s. Y'all gotta let that hurt go. Like, y'all, you know, JD can say that he can have a conversation with Kanye, and they need to have a sit down and stuff like that and be grown about it. Y'all can do the same thing. I mean, hell, Jay-Z and Jim Jones had, you know, that little feud and stuff back in the day when, you know, everybody on Dipset and Diplomats left from Rockefeller and everything went with Dame Dash, and they had that little beef. But now Jim Jones is on Rock Nation. So
Jim
I mean,
Jones is still rapping.
You know, Dipset back out too. So you got Joel Santana, Dipset, Freaky Zeke, they are back out on Cameron. So they are reunited as well. So they are rapping again now.
Is Yandy manager now?
You know what?
Okay, yeah. All right, moving on to the next story.
Yes, Mariah Carey to the Queen of Christmas, everybody. So she has changed the game for securing the bag, everybody. So remember, she was engaged to that James Packer, and they had that whole situation. Got broken up and stuff like that in the engagement. Well, she was about to sue him she was suing him for $20 million as an inconvenience fee for wasting her time and for having her uproot her life and her twins, them babies, out to the West Coast from New York. They never got married because Nick Cannon didn't want to sign off on the divorce papers long enough, so they were like still in that divorce proceedings for like 2 years. Well, after they broke up, you know, she was a little dancer now, whatever. Well, she did secure the bag for $5 million, and she got to keep that expensive ass ring. So
I'm sorry, I didn't get to see all of Real Housewives of Atlanta last week. Now, if Greg just had open heart surgery, why is he up here taking hot plates and serving buffets at this gays and girls party? What is going on, really?
I don't know, like he had the Holiday Inn banquet or something. I don't know.
You got a stent in your heart, a shot in your arm, and you're pacemaker right your ankle, and you up here. What is going on? And he up here taking, serving the buffet line. What? Ain't you supposed to be somewhere with your feet elevated, propped up, avoid blood clots?
Exactly. But anyways, so then also two people real quick. So in the royal family is now getting the black princess. So Prince Harry has proposed to Meghan Markle. Now she has gone from the swamp meets of Compton to the Palace of Buckingham, everybody. So she you know, stars on the series Suits on the USA. She's a princess in what's said to be a non-traditional ceremony in spring of 2018. She is half black. Her mom is all straight black people. She got dressed and everything. So that side of the family is very black.
And like they already said, now Queen Elizabeth and all her folks already said your mama and her folks better come down to the damn palace after they got their food. They ain't gonna be serving no collards, no chitlins, none of that type of stuff at this wedding, okay? They already said y'all cannot come in there through them palace balls and them gates acting the fool, okay?
Yes, people, bring your own hot sauce and yeah. And your own seasonings, everybody. So, moving on now to another story, everybody. So y'all know Phaedra Parks, who a lot of y'all too. I've been watching Twitter since, you know, Housewives came back on. A lot of people are really wanting Phaedra back on the show. So I don't know if y'all demands, and because the ratings have been a little incy beats lower than expected. So could Phaedra Parks be the turnaround for season 11?
Well, should have left up there. If they left Portia up there, they should have left her up there. Portia told it, which was just as bad as Phaedra telling her to say it. I mean, so and child, but I'm gonna tell you what now, Miss Phaedra, Miss Parks. You done raised the game, bitch, because now the modeling industry done changed. Now, you know, it used to be that you had to be, you know, in your young early 20s, you know, and at least 6 feet tall and all that stuff. Girl, what is going on down to the, you know, to the Wilhelmina? First you went from being Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
You went to burying burying the cats and the dogs at the pet cemetery. Remember that episode where she wanted to specialize in burying pets and dogs and shit. So you done put to bury people down to the pet cemetery, and now you modeling. What is going on with you, really, girl?
Exactly. So she's a model now for the latest Fashion Nova. She just went from the pews to the runway. She in her latest Fashion Nova fits now. She's and she actually
that YouTube video. We ain't talk about it. That YouTube video when you was carrying on in that church and running around. Did you see that video where she was shouting? Was that at your church, Ratchet?
Not mine, but that Lifeline Church. Everybody knows that Lifeline Church. Mama D and all of them. So that's that Lifeline Church.
And then they said, they said you one time you was begging Bravo for your job back, and then you was trying to pitch a sister-in-law type show to a whole bunch of networks. Now you modeling. What is really going on with you? Why don't you go to your office, sit down, and try to win a case?
Exactly.
Stop all this foolishness.
I forgot too. She made Candy lose her case too against Don't Be Target for the Party. Against Kim.
They should lose their case against Bob with
and stick his tongue out down the hallway. So I mean,
against Bob with he represent him.
Yes. And you were yes. That's what I just say. You know what the fuck shit with your degree? And
ain't nothing wrong with having a hustle, but come on, girl. What is going on?
Yes, like shouldn't you be baking cookies and stuff like that holiday time of the year for your kids? You supposed to be at PTA meetings and shit.
You ain't got no elves on the shelves you need to be putting up and hiding for little president and the other little one. What is going on?
Now you look good. I will say, in these pictures, very Photoshop and airbrush whatnot, but you do look good.
Yeah.
But at the same damn time, Phaedra, you should be old enough to know, not everybody can be a fashion fair model. At your age,
ain't gonna last forever. Like I said, no, Wilhelmina, you really working for the Bailey agency. What is really going on? Because ain't no respectable agency had no 50, 60-year-old women.
Yes, and what do Mama Regina Bell think about this too? You out here in these crop tops and low riding jeans and stuff like that. Not very Southern Belle-esque, if you will. But at the same time too, I was wondering too if she even telling the truth about this, because we know she tried to play that game with us. Talking about she was with Shamar Moore, and Shamar had to come out and say that he don't know no damn Phaedra, he don't like little boys, and he don't touch men's. So I mean,
Mother Goose can't put their pictures on the back of the church bulletin. What is this? Girl, go sit down somewhere and get your goddamn life and take care of them little ass kids.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So there's Phaedra, so that may be her storyline for season 11, and she does return. And it might be a feud between her and Cynthia. So if that does happen, people, y'all mark this episode that maybe she's trying to be in the fashion model industry too. They have an agency too, so who knows? But I guess we'll see next year, see how far this modeling career takes her. They don't rip the runway anymore on BET, so we'll see where she will be ripping the runway at the local church event and whatnot. But we'll see what happens with this Phaedra Parks.
Not rip the one way.
So move on to a story that shocked me earlier this week, everybody. So y'all know, in the journalistic world that we are in right now, people, it's a lot of things that go on, and we just like, okay, you finish your job and you go home, but to get fired when you get off work, that gotta be a hurting type of feeling. So Matt Lauer, people.
Well, that's the time when most employees fire you. They let you work the majority of the day, and then say your service ain't no longer needed. That ain't no different than anybody else.
Well, now apparently, the girl that got fired from my job on Monday when I was off work, they let her. She walked into the door, clocked in. They walked her right back out the job. So
what was she doing?
I don't know. I wasn't there, but they're not telling me no information, so I don't know. So I can just go by speculation.
Tell me something if I got to take her goddamn cases. Somebody gonna let me know something today.
But anyway, so Matt Lauer. Huh?
Did you say you got her caseload?
Yes.
Yeah, somebody gonna tell me a motherfucking thing in here today.
I'll get information next week. I'm gonna let them settle the dust for a week. And, but Matt Lauer, he, you know, the streets been talking about Matt for a long time now. Cause remember, back in the day, he cheated on his wife or something.
And she tried to divorce him several times, and somehow or another he talked her out of divorcing him. So
the latest situation that happened was that he was in at the 2014 I think it was Winter Olympics in Central or wherever that country is.
And now, to my understanding, the wife was with him when all this went down.
Yeah. So the girl came out with the allegation. She filed a complaint on Monday night. And then he was fired on actually on Tuesday night. And he'd been working for the Today Show for more than 2 decades. It was at the 2014 Sochi Olympics where the colleague says that she gave a detailed complaint about inappropriate sexual behavior in the workplace that first transpired at the Olympics. So, in the memo to employees, NBC News Chairman Andrew Lack said in the complaint, which was made by the female colleague of Matt's, prompted a serious review and represented a clear violation of our company's standards. So, it wasn't the first complaint brought against Matt Lauer, but the network has good reason to believe it may not have been an isolated incident. So, you mean to tell me they've actually had incidents or complaints regarding Matt Lauer for many years?
And like I said, I didn't mean to cut you off, but then I read something like this, like most recently, these allegations, they were doing with these particular allegations, they have been investigating him for about the last 2 months or so. Mm-hmm. And they were stating that Meghan Kelly kind of had something to do with kind of pushing this girl to come out and talk about the incidents with Matt Lauer. But you know, they had some shit on you. They said that, you know, you had some button under your desk where you locked the door so you could have these sexual encounters with these women and nobody would walk in and disturb you.
Yeah, I was like, what in the tech Inspector Gadgetness?
Yeah, the office go gadget. I know that's right. Then at the office Christmas party, you passing out inappropriate sexual sex toys all in front of everybody and writing notes saying what you want to do. I was like, what?
Exactly. So they said that he wants to give a colleague a sex toy as a present, including an explicit note about how he wanted to use it on her, which left her mortified. Another day that he summoned a different female employee to his office and then dropped his pants, showing her his penis. After the employee declined to do anything visibly shaking, he reprimanded her for not engaging in the sexual act. He would sometimes quiz female producers about who they sleep with, offering to trade names. And he loved to engage in the crass quiz game of with men and women in the office, fuck, marry, or kill, in which he would identify the female co-host that he'd most like to sleep with. So, despite
how old are we? Are we 17 or are we in our late 60s? Like, really, what are you doing, sir? This was all inappropriate. And how did you think that you was gonna get away with this for 2 decades?
Exactly. And despite being married, he was fixated on women, especially their bodies and looks, according to more than 10 accounts from current and former employees. He was known for making lewd comments verbally or over text messages. He once made a suggestive reference to a colleague's performance in bed and compared it to how she was able to complete her job. I mean, sir. And you know what's even sadder too? That old ass 90-year-old Charlie Rose caught in the midst too. Now, remember he got fired last week too. It was off the show too. I was like, not Charlie Rose. People on PBS. Charlie Rose. Who in the old nasty as hell was he trying to touch and go with? Now, and keep in mind, people, I think the last show we did, we left off on who got caught up in the game. I forgot. I think Brett Ratner. I think that's the last one we talked about was Brett Ratner. It was a question like, okay, why everybody just now coming out and stuff like that? But then I don't know nowadays. Like in my office, like majority of people
have to say you did a little something to me too to get my damn food. I don't get my buddy sued, okay?
And I work in the office with like almost all females, so I don't even want to shake their hands. I don't want to do anything because I'm like, look, I'm not getting caught up in no type of mess. I'm going to be as pleasant as I'm always am. I'm not, nope, you won't catch me.
They just, like I said, then when the news kind of broke, apparently I was watching like the local news here, and they said he actually got his first big star here in Richmond. He was on a show called PM Magazine that used to come on, and they actually, I guess his co-host which was a female, They, I guess, wanted to interview her and wanted her to give some comments. And they were stating that she insisted that he was always a gentleman when they worked, you know, together. She never had any issues or problems like that with him. So
I don't know. It's just all craziness, though, because again, you know, these are things that you're taught before you get started a job. You know, you sit you in the room and you watch a VHS tape for an hour on sexual harassment in the workplace and everything like that. And I don't know. It's just like, come on, y'all. And with everything that's going on, you know, a lot of people you would think would try to sweep it under the rug. I mean, because like back in the day, it was just like those sprouts. I mean, it was this guy from the dad from Seventh Heaven, and then it was Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby, we ain't forgot about you yet. So, you know, you still on the, you know, trial and jury right now. So, you know, just because we're not talking about you right now, Bill Cosby, you're still in that midst right now.
Yeah, just because they let you walk free with that fucking blind stick, that don't mean your ass is innocent. Because after you did all that stuff that you did, them pills and potions, and then voodoo hoodoo that you was putting on them bitches, I do believe you was doing all of that.
Yes, and you know, for all the 60 of them, Beverly Johnson included. So, you know.
I was just about to say something about her too. Yeah, so.
Oh yeah, we're talking about Terry Crews as well, and how he played touch and go, and then he was upset. Remember, he tried to. Well, we didn't talk about it because we're supposed to talk about it on the show, but he was trying to put Russell Simmons on blast for writing an email because one of the other people the guy that wrote big ass Terry Crews, he was like, Russell Simmons was like, you know, let him keep his job, you know, forgive him, you know, God is good, you know, let him, you know, God forgives, just let him be, let him get his job back, let him be reinstated. Guards Russell Simmons. And Terry Crews like none of that shit, and he put it on social media and stuff like that. That, you know, Russell Simmons tried to get, you know, this guy his job back. But the whole time Uncle Russ out here playing touch and go at people too. So the story kind of came out with the Brett Ratner story, where a young woman said back in '91 she was like 70 years old, and Brett Ratner and Russell Simmons were in the room, and Russell Simmons was watching Brett Ratner take the girl down and stuff like that, and it was a lot of craziness. And then
and then there was a part that I read, I guess, when they got ready to leave, Russell Simmons, you know, was going to make sure this young lady got home. When they got in the car, he told the driver to go to his apartment versus hers. And she says that, you know, when she got there, but this is my thing, and I'm not blaming her, but if you knew that you didn't go to your own place, why did you get out the car and go with him to his apartment?
Exactly.
That's what I don't understand. And she stated, I guess, when they got on the elevator to get to his place, like he kind of forcefully made her get on the elevator, but you had no business getting your ass out the car.
No.
In the first place. But at any rate, you know, and she described this whole sexual type of thing that happened, and he pretty much forced herself on him, or forced himself on her. And again, that's how that happened. But and again, you are 17 years old, you are a minor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That is statutory rape. Why would you wait till now to say anything?
Exactly. Like back in the 90s, then it was a published letter. It was from Carrie Khalid, what her name is, in which, you know, she went into detail about what happened, like you just mentioned, everything. And the thing is too, now Russell Simmons, now y'all know I always called him my business, music business idol. You know, he's one I always looked up in the business and everything like that, because he's done so much for, you know, Def Jam, creating that label. A lot of the artists that are legends now come from that label that he started and that he produced. And, you know, Fat Farm, Baby Fat has a whole new meaning to it now. You know, I guess like little girls, because, you know, the girl said she was 17.
I mean, well, look at Kimora Lee Simmons. Look how young she was when she married him.
Exactly. That was going to be my case too. Like, look.
Damn, I don't even think she was 20 or just turned 20 when they were dating. I don't even think she was of legal age.
Because they met and she was like 17. I think even Tyra Banks told her, you know, don't do that. So she was like 17 when they met. And then I think they officially started dating when they're 18. But then you got Tyga out here dating the whole 17-year-old girl too. So, I mean, it's nothing new to the game. If it's consensual, it's consensual. And I feel like it might have been, I'm not victim shaming or anything like that, but a lot of the time it may be rape and stuff like that. But sometimes if you're willingly, you know, there's, and I just go back to when people, as far as parenting, should teach your kids. If you with a person that you don't not that familiar with and something seems strange and you're in the cab with some, and they're not driving, but you're in the actual taxi cab, a public transportation of a taxi cab, you can scream and kick or whatever you have to do in that taxi cab and be like, no, he's taking me somewhere I don't want to go. And, you know, go from there. But it's like you're willingly going into these situations because some of y'all are even admitting that you're going to these situations for job security. You're going to these situations because you think you're not going to get hired anywhere. You're all doing it for a movie role. When hell, you could do a B-list movie on Hallmark Channel and a straight-to-DVD movie at Walmart and still get a nice little penny check or something. So you don't have to go that extra mile to be in these situations, but it's kind of like you put yourself into it because you're trying to gain something out of it. Think that, I don't know, it's all just weird how the timing is, how all these stories are dropping out of the air.
Yeah, because it'll be somebody else next week that we never expected.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to look now too. Who I'm side-eyeing now who's going to be next. It's going to be Roland Martin. Let's not hope it's Lester Holt because he's a legend. So we don't need Lester Holt out here in these streets now. Gayle King, it might be over. I don't know who might it be, but you know, it's very crazy. So now Russell Simmons, because of this whole situation, now he should have dropped down from Rush Car after that whole situation happened last year. But he's stepping down from a lot of his companies from the allegations from Jenny Lumet. Now this is another person. So she says that they were friends for several years, and before one night he forced himself on her. She said he had a car and a driver, and this is what you mentioned too, that he had a driver. Let's see, you had a car and a driver that evening. Sometime later, you offered me a ride to my home. I said, sure. During the making of the Run DMC movie, I had been in vans with you and other crew members. I don't recall having accepted a ride home alone with you the night before. At no time that night did I say, Russell, I will go home with you, or come home with me, or I will have sex with you, or I have the desire to have sex with you. I believe it was an SUV because I recall having to step up into the car. I don't know about makes or models. I think the driver was already in the car. I got into the car with you. The driver began to drive. I assumed you were where I lived because you had sent me 250 balloons on 19th Street and 2nd Avenue. You said to the driver, no. I didn't understand, so I said, Russell. I said again to the driver, 19th Street. Again, you said to the driver, no. Then the car doors locked and it was loud. The noise made me jump. I didn't recognize you at that moment. It was disorienting. It was this, I say it twice now because you had no twice then. You had said no twice then. I couldn't open the doors. I couldn't open the windows. The car was moving. The driver did not stop. He did not take me to 19th Street. He took me to your apartment. I didn't try to kick the windows out. I didn't punch or kick. I didn't say, what are you doing? My voice left me at the second no. So again, you're a grown ass person. And again, not victim shaming or anything, but common sense got to kick into place somewhere. If you're in a situation that you know is not healthy, do a double move trick and run down the street or something, you know, run like you're a track star or something and get away from the situation and go, you know, tell somebody then. But I mean,
yeah, like I said, this, you know, like I said, we're not victim shaming, certainly not blaming the victim, but I don't understand. I don't get it. Maybe it's not for me to understand and get, but I think it'll definitely be next week. It'll be somebody else and somebody that we least expected.
Mm-hmm. So no, Def Comedy Jam is what it calls Off Def Comedy now is on HBO. But they're moving forward with the planned revival of the series. But despite his accusations, they're going to remove any mentions of him during it. So you know when Def Comedy Jam was on HBO back in the day, it was always Russell Simmons' Def Comedy Jam. They're just taking his name completely off the marquee. It's just going to be all Def Comedy. So HBO will be airing all Def Comedy as planned. However, Russell Simmons will not appear in the new series, and we will be removing his name from the show moving forward. The series is a platform for promising upcoming comedians, and we do not want to deprive them of an opportunity to showcase their talents to a national audience. We have no other projects with Russell Simmons. The new 6-episode All Def Comedy series will start on Friday. Oh, actually tonight. It started December 1st, so on HBO. So get your free trial, people, on HBO Go. But again, yeah, it's sad because this is Russell Simmons. This is someone that we probably knew stuff about. He is a hothead. I'm pretty sure he probably. Well, you know what? Russell Simmons do get an attitude, so maybe he did try to. Maybe his goal was very powerful. Even though he's a yogi now and everything, all with Center with Earth and everything. Back in the day, Russell Simmons was a hothead. So I don't know. But again, we'll have more on this next week. And Russell Simmons still doesn't excuse for the rush card situation. Kamar Please hasn't mentioned anything out of the situation yet. But hey, it is it's the craziness of what's happening of events right now. Another thing too was Cuba Gooding Jr. Now we haven't had Cuba Gooding Jr. in the news since he was just in American Horror Story last year. Was it Cuba Gooding Jr. on that? Yeah, and then he was on some other show too.
The O.J. Simpson.
Yeah. But we haven't, seen Cuba Gooding in like forever. Well, here he go right now. So what is the story about him playing Touch and Go?
Well, some guy who is a homosexual states that Cuba Gooding Jr. sexually assaulted him as well. He states that he is like a publicist, this guy, and I'm trying to pull the story up and see if I remember his name. Yeah, here it is. So, again, like I said, he states that he was like a publicist to many stars or whatever, and he says that this happened. He's represented Kim Kardashian, Kim's Zodiac. He says that this was a while back, and they were at like a fashion show, as a New York Fashion Week show. It was New York Fashion Week back in 2007, and he states that he was with one of his celebrity clients, and they saw Cuba Gooding Jr. there. The client told him to come on downstairs so that they could go and speak. Now, according to this guy, and this is the only thing that was questionable, he stated that he didn't really know Cuba Gooding Jr., didn't really know who he was. The only thing that he knew was that Cuba Gooding Jr. was in Boat Trip. Now, everybody knows him from Jerry Maguire. That's the movie that actually made him famous. As far as like to white folks. Now we all know Cuba Gooding Jr. from Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
But the white folks, what made him famous was Jerry Maguire. He states again he didn't really know who Cuba Gooding Jr. was. They came down, him and his friend or whatever celebrity client he was there with, they spoke. And he states when he went to they went to say goodbye, he went to hug Cuba Gooding Jr., which I didn't understand why. Typically you would just give a nice little firm handshake.
Mm-hmm.
He stated Cuba Gooding Jr. turned his lips and actually kissed the guy in the mouth, like openly with an open mouth, and then grabbed his penis through his pants and offered for the guy to come back to his hotel room. And he wrote some long letter as well. Let me see if I can pull it up. He states, Dear Cuba Gooding Jr., it has been nearly 8 years since we shared what was to be a quick, friendly kiss goodbye, followed by you groping me and inviting me back to your hotel. This season was New York Fashion Week, and it was very cold. February 2020 I don't know why I want to say 2017, February 2007, when I arrived to Bungalow 8 with several very high profile celebrity clients who had the balcony reserved above the crowd. I sat with some of the biggest names alive today in Hollywood, sharing a glass of champagne after a successful day of New York Fashion Week shows. Below, our group was was the likes of the Olsen twins, yourself, and many others in their security into this private retreat where celebrities got to be undercover. That night hit me hard as I only knew you from the movie Boat Trip and honestly had no clue further. So when the group I was with asked if I wanted to go downstairs and say hello to some friends, I agreed and we ended up at your circular table briefly as they chatted it up with you. I went for a hug goodbye after conversing, and you planted a kiss on me. This was what I wrote about in my 2013 book about the incident. Fashion Week is not for the meek. I was backstage at the Heatherette show as part of the annual New York Fashion Week. I had clients in their seats awaiting the arrival of Britney Spears. Oh, there go your girl, Reggie. Brittany did finally show up late. I watched her get out of her chauffeured car, obviously incoherent, where she proceeded to throw up all over herself and the sidewalk below. What this got to do with anything, I don't know. Her team quickly pulled her back in the car and sped off. Later that night, I accompanied several of my clients to the ultra exclusive celebrity club, Bungalow 8. As we took the floor, as we took over the top floor balcony overlooking the dance floor with full bottle service and anything we needed at our fingertips, I watched some sad and imaginable antics by a very famous pair of twins. Next, I was on my way out of the party and was saying goodbye to some clients who moved to sit beside a charming Oscar winning actor who I really didn't know much about. And at his booth was a gaggle full of young women, but as I got up to leave and give him a hug, he quickly turned his head and had his lips on mine, and we kissed with our mouths open before I was shocked and finally said my official goodnight. I did an online search at home and found out he was still married with children. I was so shocked that would make me out with all people that he would make out with me. I'm sorry. I was so shocked that he would make out with me of all people. What I had left out was the biggest part. You grabbing my penis through my pants and inviting me back to your hotel, which prompted the very quick exit alone for me. This was left out due to the fears of my attorneys at the time and what would possibly cause outrage from you and my already brute honesty. I'm sorry. I'm fearless and know the truth shall set me free. I know you did this to me. You surely did it to many others. As a matter of fact, it has been documented via many publications. Upon research, you have touched many others inappropriately, yet it seems to stay hidden. You, sir, are forgiven, but will never be forgotten. Jonathan Jackson.
Oh, man. Oh, goodness. I mean, hey, I suppose, but people have always been very touch and frisky with a lot of people. You see even interviews and things of that nature. He's kind of always been that way. So I don't. Hey, it is what it is, I suppose. Another one that came out too. Now Ray Allen, one of the NBA greats. We all know him from He Got Game when he was playing Jesus Shuttleworth in the movie with Denzel Washington. Which I don't like. My dad, I probably was like 6 or 7 years old when that movie came out. He Got Game, because we saw it at the AMC theater. No, I was 8 years old. It came out in '98. And I remember the carousel scene when Jesus and the girlfriend, they were sat on the carousel and he was grabbing her titties and stuff like that. I was like, I was supposed to watch this movie at 8 years old. But I don't think they gave a damn about ratings theaters at that time frame. But, anywho. So Ray Allen is in the headlines right now because there's a guy that is fearing that Ray Allen and his goons are trying to kill him. In the words of Ray J, the booty goons. So Brian Coleman alleges that he and Ray Allen were in a 3-year relationship, and he filed court PDF files stating that he believes Ray is out here trying to get him killed in these streets. So Ray,
I did know something about this. This was the craziest thing I've ever heard. Yes. But nowadays, we can't say that it may not be true.
Exactly. So Ray Allen says that Brian is deranged and everything he says is a lie. So he filed a petition for a temporary restraining order against Ray Allen on November 6th. That was granted by a Florida judge. In the PDF files, Brian claims that Ray called him on the phone on September 9th after their alleged 3-year relationship had ended, and said he wanted to ensure that I went away and never opened my mouth again. He said he wanted me to get what I deserved. Coleman says that Allen had repeatedly spied on me, sending his associates to follow me in my community. One incident allegedly took place in one of my favorite supermarkets, Publix, on October 10th, where Coleman said the man approached him and told him, "Watch your back." Now, I keep telling about these parking lot goons now. Coleman also claims that he received a phone call from someone threatening to strangle him. He believes the caller was Ray Allen. That's why he don't pick up private calls, people. In the PDF files, Coleman said that he was recently seen in public with 2 armed men, and believes that the NBA star may be planning a more direct attack. One interesting note, in Coleman's petition, he listed Allen's aliases and wrote Jesus Shuttleworth, again from He Got Game. And they TMZ spoke with Ray Allen's attorney, David Marcus, who said that as everything else related to Brian Coleman, his petition for a restraining order was filled with lies, falsehoods, and fantasies. He is a seriously deranged individual who Ray Allen has never met, never spoken with directly, or threatened in any way. Coleman is the stalker hit who is obsessed with Ray Allen. Ray wants nothing to do with him and is exploring all legal options to stop him from continuing to harass and threaten him, his family, and friends. But like you said, anything is possible nowadays. So
it sure is, honey. What you think, Reggie?
Look, now, the streets talk a lot, and Ray Allen's one of the people we don't hear much about. He gonna have to keep a low underground, but at the same time, a lot of people we thought were low in the profile game out here being exposed like a motherfucker right now. So you can't even say yeah or nay anymore. It's just like it is what it is, and if it comes out, then we'll just see what happens after that. But but I mean, again, I don't know. All this is just a mess. Like all these sexual allegations. See, I don't even want to have to hold the door now. Even if I hold the door for somebody now, I feel like they're going to say, if I bump into them, "Oh, Reggie sexually assaulted me because he bumped into me holding the door open." I'm not trying to get caught up in no stuff. So it's like you make one false move, it's considered sexual harassment now. So you can't even. I don't know. And then in this case with Ray Allen, maybe he wasn't in a how you doing situation and he didn't want his stuff out there. So then dude, or Ray trying to cover his ground, trying to make sure that dude doesn't expose the situation. But so I don't know. I mean, I guess it is what it is. I don't know, but
I'm not sure if this is something that we're going to continue to follow. Like I said, nowadays with all these allegations, Reggie, you gonna be next.
Y'all hear that, people? It's a setup. So in my case, it's a setup.
You owe me. I'm gonna get it one way or the motherfucking other, one way or the other. So don't you worry about it. You ain't got to count out no coins.
Look, the only coins I have here is in my pocket that I'm going to get to the Salvation Army. Is this change right here? Is this the point that you want right here? I have a quarter. That's I gotta see who take coin operated slot machines. This sounds like some slot machine money I can take to like a Dover Down slots or something. But anywho, so moving on to someone who also likes to lie out here in these streets. So Tyrese Gibson now, Black Ty himself, Mr. Do Anything for a Role. We made an effort not to talk about him, and we try not to. But as with every week, there's another story, another case for this individual here. Now, first off, today he revealed that Sony has greenlit a Four Brothers sequel. are Tyrese, Andre 3000, or in his acting were Andre Benjamin, and third nipple guy from Boston, Wahlburgers, Mark Wahlberg, said that they're going to be doing a sequel and it's going to be coming really soon. Again, we don't know if he's lying. He said he's not lying about it, but who knows if he's lying about it or not, because he has that history now. Because apparently people, the stories that we've been telling y'all about the money from Will and Jada, I think we told y'all that was false. But then the most recent one now, he's complaining about a lot of things. So he said he lied about his wife being pregnant. So remember we told you in that video, he said his wife was pregnant, and she probably went along with it too because she didn't say jack about it. She could have said, no, that's not true, but she just let it keep rolling on with his crazy ass. So she's not pregnant. That's the first one. We gave him money to pay for his lawyers and whatnot that he alleged that happened. He doesn't owe anyone any money. And despite the fact that he said he was broke, his international trips aren't paid for by others due to his celebrity. As he said, he pays for them on his own. So he out here selling y'all a dream of the dollar, saying that he's broken out here trying to act like a homeless person. That he's one of those homeless people that I always got to keep an eye out on. Cause if I see a homeless person, I'm looking at their shoes and I'm looking at the market quality of their cardboard box, because sometimes they're not really homeless and they're here trying to get a dime. Because remember, there's a big story back in the 90s when people be acting like they're homeless but be jumping into Mercedes-Benz the next day. Or acting like they got money, need money, but they hop into Mercedes-Benz with an emblem on the picture, Monique. So,
okay, keep on running with your bullshit.
But so Tyrese captured a long ass Instagram post again, people, as he always does. But a few weeks back, I was stressed, and of course, I was embarrassingly spoke on this. I was advised to use some psych meds called Rizulu or Rizuli, and I did some really stupid publicly and privately, something stupidly, publicly and privately that will take me a while to recover from, to clear the air, because I am an open book and got nothing to hide. My wife is not pregnant and never was. Those meds had me on one, on another, on any level matter. Of fact, I just took care of both my lawyers, fully $108,000 for my lawyer and almost $20,000 for Shayla's lawyer. What little girl got a lawyer for? Anyways, she should get like a public defender. But anyways, I can never give what I don't have. Smart folks do the math. And I've already mentioned that there was a few talks with the Smiths, and those meds made me jump out there and speak on monies that never came in. I've already again apologized to them privately and publicly for everything. I'm traveling because I can afford to, and I'm not out here hosting parties because you haven't seen me post about any LOL. But then we told you about the Benny Hondas in the back of his backyard and the Starbucks and shit. So, I mean, of course she wasn't broke. And we told y'all that. And y'all out here still buying his books and t-shirts and stuff that you're trying to sell online. I'm just tired of Tyrese.
Mr. Gibson, yo, let me tell you about your black ass. Sit the fuck down somewhere. We have been saying that over and over again. Even I could have done without this whole admitting that you lied. We all knew that you were on some psych meds. We all knew that Will and Jada ain't gave you no money, not even $5. We all knew, like all of this was a lie, and I'm not understanding why. I don't think it was your psych meds. I think it was just your mind, which is messed up. But good luck to you, sir, in all your endeavors. Go sit your black ass down somewhere.
Yes, that is it. Like it's December 1st. Well, December 2nd now, but December 1st on the West Coast. We're not doing no more Tyrese stories until we have to do a year-end special. I don't care if it's an update on anything. This is going to be the same bullshit recycle that we have to talk about. And once 2018 comes around, we're leaving this bullshit in 2017. People, we're not discussing no more Tyrese shit anymore because it's tiring, it's draining, and he's wasting up valuable time on the show. So, Tyrese, you got what you wanted. You got people talking, At least 10 can be out here still doing new music and performing at Soul Train Awards and whatnot. But you, sir, you just out here lying from being on some crazy meds that you didn't. I don't know, sir. Anyways. So, moving on to another couple right now that broke up during the course of our break for the past couple of weeks. Jennifer Hudson and David Punkatunga. Now
Child,
they've been,
the food here.
yeah, so y'all know they've been had the longest engagement in history. Engaged for 9 years, together for 10. Um, he was there through the fat, when she was a big chunky girl. He was there through the sky and the high in the sky. I'm feeling good when she was on Jenny Craig, losing weight and Weight Watchers and whatnot. He was there through it all. After her parents, or after her mom and nephew were brother, were slaughtered. What was that, like almost 10 years ago now too? So he's been there for all of that. So it's kind of surprising to see that they were break up, and we thought even too that they were actually married, because remember there was word that they had actually gotten married, but apparently not. But with the way this custody situation going on, you would think they were. So here's the timeline of people. So Jennifer Hudson, and David, they broke up. David alleged that she was fucking around with Molly Music. She says that he got some violent tendencies about him, that she had to give a protection order against him. Then it was word that he had full custody of the son because she's on the road and stuff and doing the voice. But then it came out to say that Jennifer dropped the restraining order against David Tunga away from keeping David away from the 8-year-old David Jr. purely in the child's best interest. So although Jennifer's restraining order documents say that I am now living in fear for my physical and emotional safety and that of my son, they say that she was referring to the emotional scarring that David Jr. would suffer if she saw his father threaten his mother. She never accused David Tunga of physically threatening their child. Tunga has been removed from their home, and Jennifer is satisfied as the emotional risk to their son is no longer present. So, as who gets the who's the child's primary caregiver? Jennifer says that sources say that Jennifer has made it mothering her top priority, even while working to support the family. So, when she first went to London a year ago to shoot The Voice, she not only brought Tunga and David Jr. with her, but she also paid for Tunga's mom to tutor her grandson. His mom, like, when he was on I Love New York, that was a good smooth, like 15 years ago. His mom looked old as shit then. So how old was she? Like 102 now? So
Well, let me tell you what I think about this. Now, this child deserves to be with the parent that's not going to be making him holler and scream.
yes.
Oh, the camera, it belt out notes and stuff like that. But, you know, I'm just playing. But, it's really sad, that it's come to this. It's never a good thing when people break up and they not married, but the child has to be split. Like you said, again, she did all this whole restraining order and all these things saying that basically she was in fear of losing custody. I mean, and because David Otunga is pretty much the primary caregiver when she's out on the road in her career, and the girl that said you down to The Voice cutting up and acting a fool and got these diva like antics and carrying all, they said they about to let you go, so you may have time to babysit old little Junior, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Because they say if you don't cut your shit out, they're gonna give you your goddamn papers.
Yeah.
So you may have all the time in the world, but and Reggie, I took a slight nap where you were talking, so I don't. If you talked about like the latest rumor I also saw was that she was cheating on David Otunga with that gospel artist that we were just talking about that was on the Soul Train Awards and all this other stuff, and now she's dropped the restraining order.
So I mean, I guess he was playing games of truth, but David Tunga Punk, since he became a WWE star, that was always my fear that he tried to whoop her ass. Because when anybody,
he certainly made it clear that he has never put one hand on her.
I mean, his name was Punk. So I mean, if New York can call you Punk, then how far can you go with your Harvard law degree? But hey, that's what your choice to do with your life, sir, with your own money. But so yeah, I mean, again, it's sad because it's close to the holiday season now. So for a child to have to be separated like that at this time, with Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's very sad. But again, we'll see what happens with this whole story if anything develops. We never really heard Jennifer say much anything as well, and so.
And I don't think she's going to.
So until the PDF files come out and they go to court, I think next week. So we'll see what happens after that court case when we get those PDF files. Y'all know I'm nosy. Now, another story that I'm really nosy about right now is this Naya Rivera situation. Now, y'all know her from Glee. She was playing Santana on Glee. She was engaged to Big Sean. And the fuck shit about it, too, people, is when her and Big Sean broke up and ended their relationship and they were supposed to get married on a certain date, she turned around and married the guy, the white guy, Ryan, that she had to fight with, that same as that wedding date. So I'm like, what in the fuck shit? Now, that's a good way to save some money on the caterers and whatnot and keep it deposit. But at the same damn time, it was messy as fuck. So in West Virginia, here's the picture, people. In West Virginia, Naya Rivera and her husband, who they were on again, off again, on again, because she actually tried to file for divorce with him like last year or something like that. Well, they were taking a walk with their 2-year-old son. And hours later, during that walk, she just started beating the shit out of this man, people. So
don't say what they were arguing about, and she did all this in front of the little boy during the walk, child.
So Ryan, because he's a male victim of domestic violence, if you will, he did the right thing. He took that cell phone out and started recording the whole situation of him beating her beating the brakes off of him. And even if she, if he's still recording, she's still doing it. So I'm like, girl, you in West Virginia.
She bust his lip and hit him upside the head and
literally tried to bust him to the white meat. Literally.
Girl, that's kind of hands I'm talking about throwing. If you gotta do it, why not do it for the gods? It was sad. But then the other thing, now they were in West Virginia at his father, which is the father-in-law. Mm-hmm. But she posted bail. The bail was set at $1,000. But why the father-in-law come pick her up?
Yeah, like
you whooping my son ass, and you think I'm gonna come get you?
I mean, they take family serious there, I suppose, but
yeah, maybe they're trying to keep the peace. I
don't know, but she was before the court magistrate where she was arraigned and released on $1,000 bail for domestic battery. I mean, girl, Big Sean did call you crazy and I don't fuck with you. I mean, he wrote a whole verse about you. And called you crazy and everything. I guess the receipts are in the pudding here because, you don't see Lil Michelle out here beating on people. She out here living her good life on the mayor. Maybe you just need to get you a good job.
Yeah, because I ain't really seen her work since Glee. So, girl, you better chill the hell out and calm that shit down.
Exactly. So, if we have to, people, we'll give y'all like a follow-up on that story if anything does come out. But other than that, baby girl, just find you a job and take care of your 2-year-old son and stop beating up on people in front of cameras. Do it behind the scenes. Tell you if you gotta now we don't condone truth to truth, people. You gotta keep that word out there because on YouTube now, we don't condone it.
Sometimes you got to learn when to use your motherfucking words.
Yes.
And I think just when y'all taking a little nature walk, the baby, I think there was a time you should have been using your words and not your goddamn hands. Yes. But I get it because I didn't whoop ass before. So,
yes. But if you got to whoop ass in the technology kind of world, make sure he leave his phone and say, I'm gonna after you there, I'm gonna take you in that room. Hold on now. I'm gonna get you together. But so you just gotta play truth to truth behind the scenes. If you have to, like one little choke or something, but other than that, don't bust people to the white meat. Use your words, people. We tell you this all the time. So that situation happened. Now, Mama Evelyn Braxton. Now, I don't know what you're out here trying to promote because you're out here on the what show was she on?
She was on Ricky Smiley one week, and the next week, Miss Braxton was on the Sister Circle.
Yes.
So I am trying to figure out who and what told you to get on this worldwide tour.
And you don't got shit out.
Yeah, and start talking about Vincent Tamar's business. Now
Yeah,
they caught you in the airport and you told them that you hope Tamar lived to see her next birthday. You didn't want Vince to kill your child. You wanted him to keep his hands to himself. Now that was one thing, because that was, when everything was fresh and it was new.
yeah.
I am most concerned about this story that you told Quad Webb Lunsford. Was it Selena Johnson, whoever the fuck else it was on the sister circle, that you sat there and you told them that you was in their house and one day you heard this racket or and you thought it was the elevator in the house breaking down, but you come out and your exact words was he was abusing Tamar. Never
Yeah,
went into what that meant. I don't know what the fuck that means. But you stated that you said something to him and you said something along the lines of, hey, we don't do that in this family. We try to talk things out. And then you said that he turned on you.
yeah. It's like a dog.
For God's sakes.
For God's sake.
If then you went back and went into the room and you locked yourself in the room, you and little Logan, y'all barricaded yourself in the room, and
But
you
old
told
school style putting the damn. Now you could put a lock on the door, but she the old school style. This is how you know she might have been out of fear. She put a damn chair under the damn lock. She said, "For
and
God's sake, I put a chair under that door, and I
and
held Logan so tight."
all night long. So
Yeah,
you mean to tell me that you there won't no skillets around, there won't no hot grits that you can make, none of that. You ain't called Braxton Senior, you ain't called the son, you ain't called none of your other daughters to whip Vince ass. You mean to tell me that you went and the way you say he was abusing her and beating on her so hard, you thought an elevator was breaking?
yeah.
That's a loud noise. So you
Loud.
mean to tell me that you let this big fat man whip your daughter ass all night long and you didn't call the police or call nobody? You just held your grandchild all night long. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And you's a liar and the truth ain't in you. And y'all need to stop this bullshit for these ratings. Because this is
Exactly.
ridiculous. You mean to
Yes.
tell me won't no skillets around, won't no butcher knives? Because I be damned if somebody gonna whip
Yeah.
my child ass all night long and I don't call somebody and if I don't kill you myself. I told y'all the story about my uncle and my aunt and how my whole family whooped his ass all night long was and won't not an ashtray left in my cousin's house by the time they laid up off my uncle. I don't get that. How you sat there and you said to yourself that you locked yourself in the room and just ignored the fact that he was out there whooping your daughter ass.
Yes. And you better now. This I don't believe you too, because that little fat boy Logan got eat sometimes. I'm sure you had to go back in the kitchen and make some biscuits or something for that little boy. Now I mean, for you to just sit there, yes, you're in their home, but a real mother, and you from the DMV, you from DC, a real mom going to come out there and be like, what the, even if he turned on you, like y'all got housekeepers and everybody in that house. You can get to a cell phone. If Captain Jackson's phone did get tapped when she was able to make calls, so she had locked the closet. But at least she was able to run enough to try to at least make a phone call. You not
I
even
don't want to see you no more on front of my TV with that
no.
pathetic ass wig on, telling that story that nobody fucking knows. Sit down and go do some grandmotherly shit. What you just did, that ain't it. I don't want to see you no more, Evelyn Braxton.
Exactly, and Tamar hasn't been speaking out about it. She'll say little stuff here and there, but she's not going into detail like Evelyn is. And yes, our mothers, they will get in our business and they'll tell our business at the same damn time. But Toni, the oldest child, tell your mother to sit down. She out here prone to strokes and everything, and she got the diabetes and the sugar too. Tell your mom to sit down, start stretching herself out on this road tour when y'all don't got no book to come out with. Braxton Family Values not coming out until next year.
Child,
What?
what is Tina and Kayla still on the dancing dolls? I'm sorry. This is
Yeah, bring it on.
that girl old enough. That girl old enough to would have been graduated college by now. Why is her mama still on this show?
Look, you know what? I Evelyn, just stop it. Just stop. talking.
Yeah, I don't want to see you in them synthetic wigs no more. I want you to go sit down somewhere, get yourself together, and just be quiet. Because this is ridiculous. I don't understand what worldwide tour you took upon yourself to go on and just do this. I mean,
it's unnecessary, but you know, again, a mother will be nosy and spread all the business out there.
like I said, when he stopped paying your AARP premium, I guess that's when all this stuff came out. When there wasn't no money left because all these other people he got to pay, and he can't pay Medicare and Social Security. Now all of a sudden I just don't get this whole thing. And we've said this over and over again. This is stupid and this is foolish because all y'all look like fools.
Exactly, because as long as you've been, you know, you always call him Vin. You always say that, you know, you living up in his house and stuff like that. He taking care of you and stuff like that. You were looking out for him when he's in the hospital and everything like that. So if he was being on Tamar for this long and you still were taking him in and stuff, why are you now talking now? Like, come on. Even when he bit her finger like a chicken tender, you didn't say boo then. So, you know, Evelyn, I don't know if you're at that age now where you might be, you know, losing it, but just stop talking right now. It's time for you to just don't say anything. Let Tamar, as a grown-ass woman at 40 years old, let her handle her battles right now and get herself out of that situation. And if she's not saying nothing, then I don't know. But, I mean, we do know that Vince does come across as being very, you know, fistful and very, you know, truth that's, you know, from a lot of his actions. Even on this last episode on Thursday night, when I don't know, it just screamed.
Yeah, and I did not get that whole thing either. I don't understand why you all took a family trip and she invited all of her friends. She invited like 6 extra people on that trip. What was the purpose of that? And then for you guys to bicker and banter in front of them, it was just ridiculous.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if he took you in that hotel room after that dinner was over and those cameras went down. I don't know if he gave you a stern warning or smacked you. I don't know. I felt that vibe though. He might have smacked the shit out of you after the cameras went out.
So, not a stern warning. I can't.
Yeah. So moving on to our Foolishness Express story of the night. People know every time we do the last story of the night, people gotta go out with a bang, everybody. So it was a story that came out. I don't know why it touched my heart because I felt it didn't really touch my heart because, you know, I'm a former fat kid, but at the same time, I really don't fuck with their food like that. But, you know, if they have a good special or something, you know, like how they used to do the Big Macs for $1. I was like, that was really lit, you know, but now McDonald's being very stingy. Don't do no specials like that anymore. Even their coupons ain't shit anymore. But this woman in Maryland, now I thought it was my cousin because I was looking at her back and I was like, my cousin's kind of built like that. She's kind of, you know, big, but she just had a baby. So I was like, that's probably not her because she wouldn't just have a baby out here and then just going to be, you know, busting through drive-through windows. So this woman, Jessica Marie, who's 27 years old, she's from Springdale, Maryland. Now I thought she was from Baltimore because it seemed like some Baltimore type shit, but she's actually from, you know, the county area. She turned herself into officers on Thursday in Maryland's Howard County. She was charged with burglary and theft. So y'all saw the video, people, where this big woman was out here squeezing and shimmying her way through a drive-through window. And I didn't know it's enough space in the world, but she got through it. She made a way. You know, God will do it. So then this surveillance camera, here she go on November 5th, going through the McDonald's drive-through window. First, you know, now I don't know if she was thirsty at the whole plan of her thinking of this whole master plan of trying to steal shit. Got her thirsty because she was parched as fuck. Because first thing she did was reach to the goddamn machine. No, I don't know what she was making now. They don't make the high C anymore, so this drink looked a little green.
That Fanta orange is disgusting. Yes. Could have made you a smoothie while you was in there.
But the machine is broke though. You know, the machine is broke, so she can probably make the smoothies. But she made some type of drink. You know, I don't know. She was trying to get a Diet Coke or something or a Gatorade. I think she got some Powerade because it looked a little blue. Cause I was like, there's nothing other drink in the McDonald's situation that was blue like that. So she go get her drink. Then she, you know, shimmy her way through that when I think someone gave her a big push in the boost, like she's Santa Claus coming down the damn chimney. So here she go, get her drink. Then she started taking stuff out the machine. She go to the out the register. She go to the back. She taking boxes of fries and stuff. Now that's one thing you should have took, girl. Now you should have took some frozen patties. You should have took some French fries, a salt shaker at that. You should have took the grease to cook the shit in. You should have took. I mean, you're gonna do it. Go out with a fucking bang. You should have took. You know, you took a purse. What would they say she took? Because they got a whole thing. She stole $1,400 in cash. That's all you got was just $1,400. You stole a purse. You stole some food.
You owe me that in Google chat.
Well, get it from Jill Marie. Well, Jessica Marie.
$1,400 is all she get. As much sales as McDonald's do a day.
And she stole some Happy Meal toys too.
Okay.
Now you gonna put these toys on the street at a flea market now? You know, cause every flea market got a whole gang of McDonald's toys. I'm trying to figure out how they got these McDonald's toys too. Market got a gang of McDonald's children's toys. So she stole the toys, but like I said, and then she in the video she got a whole big box going out the window, and they didn't show if she actually got out the window the same way she got in. But her big ass, I know, it's impossible because I didn't see her try to go like this first out the window, you know, head, you know, feet first out, and then, you know, do a little side action, and then. But she was a little wide, so I don't know how she did it. But God made a way for her, and made a way to go her to get to jail too. But then she tried to put her shirt over her head, like we didn't see you on camera already, baby girl. You should have took, like I said, you should have took some fries, some hot food. Now, and then I'm trying to think too. Now, you know, McDonald's always got that one window. It's supposed to have like 2 or 3 windows, but they always got that one window that's supposed to be for cash taken only, but it's always closed and it's always sectioned off by some boxes and some, you know, straws and some shit. Now, you was at the main register window. Who on the closing staff was supposed to be working that night that let you go through that window, and were they even open? Because something don't seem right about that. I just can't.
That's what I'm like. Are they? Were they? They had to be closed when she did all this. They couldn't have been open.
Exactly, and then y'all was letting the drink machine float through that all night, and I mean, looking at this girl in this video, girl, you a mess.
Even their lemonade is now horrible. That Minute Maid lemonade is horrible. Yeah. That Fanta orange that replaced that High C orange is horrible. Now, I have been to one McDonald's, and I can't remember which one it is, and they had grape soda.
Fanta.
But when I went back, they no longer had it. I love grape soda.
Was it? I hope it wasn't during Juneteenth. McDonald's, hope you're not racist. Was it in June or February? I hope it wasn't no Black History Month.
I can't remember. I remember I just went one day and I got it, and then when I went back, they never had it anymore.
You know, I don't drink grape soda out in public. But anyways, but girl. It wasn't worth it. And then I think she's a mother too, and her husband. Look, y'all a mess. Anyways, out there.
You can risk your freedom over a Pokemon toy, because that's what they're giving out of the Happy Meal these days. Over a Pokemon toy and some fries with no salt. Okay.
So yeah, some Happy Meal boxes and shit. Now, if you would have stole from Chick-fil-A, that would have been acceptable because, you know, take from a place that's expensive, like Checkers or Rallies, or, you know, they got some good fries too.
Yeah, and I can see if you went into Rallies and stole a whole pint of that banana milkshake. That's something to do a little bit time for. But this bullshit here, no ma'am.
Not worth it. So people, as we always tell you, if you're going to steal stuff, do it with a purpose, but make sure you don't get caught in the midst.
Well, that's how I feel about King of Dutch apple pie. Chill back, girl.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So, anywho, 2 people, real quick as well. One of our FNL listeners. Let me try to get your name up here really quickly. Because y'all know on last week, on Friday, well, on I think it was Wednesday there for you all in Richmond, Xscape started the Great Escape Tour. Zani, Monica, and Tamar Braxton. And the tour actually hit Virginia or Norfolk, VA on that next Friday, on Black Friday. I'm trying to find your name, sir. I know it's Teddy something, but I'll give you a proper shout out next week. But you did send us stuff here. did say that the show was let me see, sent videos and stuff like that, and Bedroom Candy, you know, she got her Bedroom Candy tour bus up there. June's Diary opened the show first, and then Zanique came on and performed as well, and then Tamar did a 30-minute set where she, then Monica came on and performed as well, where she did a Lauryn Hill tribute, and then Xscape performed. They did all the songs, all the hits. They did one moment in the show where Candy did "Don't Think I'm Not," which was her solo single, and then Xscape did that one song that they did back in 2005 with that new girl in the group called "What's Up."
Mm.
So they did that, and then Candy trying to do a little dance, break dance and stuff, or a little pop lock. Candy looked awkward as fuck. We saw her on the show already, and she don't like to do much choreography from the likes of Andrea Kelly. So, you know, she just looked like stiff on stage, but she tried to do a little jig. So I guess that's a, you know, a D plus for effort. But he said the show was good though. Everyone that have seen the show, have heard, they have seen the show, said that it was really good. So there, and then of course Candy's not coming back with Xscape, and that's only going to be Tiny, Tamika, and Latasha doing the show. Oh, doing not the show, but doing the new album. They got some music that's also coming out called Dream Killer, and I think it's Wifey or something like that. And the songs actually sound really good. But I don't know if we want to hear new Xscape music in the 2018 kind of world, because with this, you know, tour that you're going
to be out for them. I personally don't want to hear it.
Exactly, like just keep us with the hits, and then when the new biopic come out on Bravo next year, then you know, do another little run or something. You know, re-recording songs or whatever. But do a TLC re-record songs, but don't go out here doing a whole new album, because y'all see what TLC album is. No one really cared about it. So, you know, stick with the classics. That's what y'all here for. But good job for y'all on the tour, and good. And it's been a week now, and no one's been off the tour yet. So y'all doing really good, I suppose. But we do thank you all for watching tonight's show, everybody. We definitely covered a lot of ground with y'all. We kept y'all laughing. We talked a lot of Cash Money shit, like Monique is trying to get Cash Money out of me. And we definitely appreciate you all for our return back, everybody. So the next time we do a show, everybody, you know, we want to take an extended break like we did before.
No.
I think Christmas is on a Sunday this year, people. And we have to get that schedule worked out, because we got to do that special.
I'm just like Evelyn. I don't want to see you next week up here with no goddamn new hairstyle.
Look, I get bored, so I might.
Okay, I'll tell you what. You won't get bored if you send my check my way.
Christmas is coming up, and the joy given to everybody. So the first gift tip of the night, people, for the holiday, for the month, gift cards, everybody. Gift card is a good way to get somebody that gift that they are. I try to have a serious moment and look at gift cards are a good way to provide somebody with, you know, what they want. Gift cards are supposed to be for all. When someone, I close my eyes, I'm Ray Charles to the shit. When you're trying to give gifts to somebody, people, and you don't know exactly what to get them a gift card. They have the American Express gift cards that you get, and then also the Visa and the Green Dot gift cards and stuff like that. Make sure you get a gift card for somebody to a store that never expires, and also to make sure that it's a gift card where they don't have to pay like 3% of the charge every time they make the purchase. And that's just leave more money for them. And then Google Play gift cards work just as fine too, people. So a $10 gift card will go on to Monique's way this holiday season that she'll use in the Android store.
Okay.
And throughout the month, people will be giving y'all other holiday tips on what to give people and stuff like that. And if you're going to somebody's Christmas party, how to have some damn manners. So,
yeah. And let me, and also, I don't know, I'm a candle type of person, and Cincy, they had a huge sale over the summertime, and I partook in a lot of different things. And if I was smart, I probably should have purchased my Christmas gifts when I was doing all the shopping, but I purchased everything for myself. But they still have a lot of the stuff that I got during the summer sale. They still have a lot of those things on their clearance in their clearance section on their website. So if you like to give out candles and wax melts and tarts and things like that, they have some nice um like tart melts and wax melt warmers as well for like $8, and they were regularly like 50 some dollars. You know, little sachet packets that you can put in your drawers and things like that. I also keep one in my car. So those are really good gift ideas as well. So I think what we'll do, like Reggie said, from now to Christmas, I can't stand.
I heard gunshots,
So what?
I heard some gunshots, but
Okay, you know what? So what I think we'll do from now till Christmas, he'll give a tip, I'll give a gift idea, I'll give a. You know what? Going on in Portsmouth, but that's right.
Portsmouth, I live in Norfolk.
It ain't the same place where the man was trying to outrun the police in the parking garage for this.
Oh goodness!
So I'll try to outrun somebody in the damn parking garage. Really? Oh, look at the console of this woman's car. Please turn a lifetime.
Look, I'm about 2 people, so I'm about to end the show right now. Everybody, y'all have a
console of this woman's car. This to the console, and I think she's driving. Why is that? Why is that armrest so tore up like that?
Oh my goodness, people! Let me go see what Monica's watching. But
you gotta hurry up before some new girl named Princess and her mama in the car. You should see this leather console in the car.
I see. Look, okay, I got it on my phone now.
Do you see? Why is it? Why did she even allow the camera to flash?
You know what people do? And you know what?
It's like the foam and everything. You can see like.
Yeah, I remember my mom had a Buick Regal back in the day, and it started to like come down, and you had to use that to tack it up in a good special way. And then like her seats, oh, you know what? Anywho, y'all have a good rest of y'all week, everybody.
The Mercedes, because that her car look like look at the panel. That look like the panel on the inside. Look, you just see the armrest.
Yeah. You know what?
That's how the panel look in our car.
So thank y'all for watching tonight, everybody. Y'all have a good rest of your good rest of your week. Watch us on YouTube here all the time, everybody. Yeah. I won't have a new hairstyle next week. My hair will be back to normal again.
I had to get my hair done last week, and I have to start getting my hair put up so I don't have to be fooling with my hair in the morning.
See, this has been good, good maintenance too. Kind of have to, keep moisturizing my hair every morning, so my hair, my crown, if you will, from my African roots and stuff like that.
And I got the color as well.
Yeah. So, but y'all have a good week, everybody. As we always say, people don't bust people's heads with bottles.
Use your words, people. Use your motherfucking words.
Stroll through in this fall brisky weather, people. Don't bust your spouse or your significant other in the head while the camera's rolling, while pushing the stroller. Shout out to Geico. So, yeah, like this channel, subscribe, and all that good stuff, people. We'll check y'all next time here on FNL Live. Y'all have a good rest of your night, everybody, and peace.
Peace.